Welcome back, crew, to session 10 of Pandemonium. And the crew, this could be a pretty big session for the crew because they've got a lot of decisions to make today, and some decisions that are probably echo pretty much across the campaign. Because in last session, they were able to finish up their raid on the Arisen base, freeing the remainder of the villagers from Atavia, kind of getting them back to their home village, and as well as taking Vase, the leader of the Reclaimers, prisoner, and pretty much got a chance to celebrate their victory. They spent a week in the village between crafting, recruiting, celebrating with the villagers, just really kind of getting a chance to revel in their victory with bringing home people that never really thought they would survive to people that never thought they'd see their loved ones again. And just really kind of getting that feel good piece there. But with that, Arx, the right hand commander of General Thrax, utilized his magic to contact the group, asked them to report in, and hearing that they were victorious, that they had stopped the arisen threat in Eteria, and basically a kind of overall success, he invited them to the general's villa on the outskirts of Akara. With that, the group was able to mount up, including with their latest recruit, Boro, an older human chef that Mockery was able to recruit into the Gavels, pushing the faction up to level 2. The group set off, making their way to Akara. Also, one thing I should mention too, before they left the Arisen base, they finally got a chance to meet the Endless, this patchwork creature who didn't speak except through telepathic command, letting them know that he will not forget this. Uh, and with that, the group set off, making their way to Akara, finding the General Thrax's villa, and pretty much seeing it like a hub of activity. Typically, with these villas, they're usually like kind of understated opulence. And while the outside still appeared to be that for Thrax, it seemed like the inside, a lot of the luxury goods were either sold or converted into utility. He basically turned it into a makeshift military camp with people preparing scrolls for spell casting, weapons for the wars, just really kind of getting everything ready for something big. The group was shown kind of, while the soldiers weren't happy to see them, the group was shown the utmost hospitality by Arx, his second in command, and Thrax himself, being invited to dinner and dine with Thrax. And at the dinner, they learned a couple big things. The first, that Thrax didn't find the Loyalist or the Imperialist to be worthy to lead the Empire. He thought that until the Emperor returns, the Empire needs a strong hand, and with High Prince of Terza being, in his words, too young and unfit, and not really thinking highly of the Chancellor Proclam, he decided that the best way for him to serve was to lead. So he let the group in without any kind of subterfuge into his plan that he is going to make an announcement in 3 days, claiming, kind of putting his bid in for the Empireship, as well as over that time, he's going to be taking control of his clan, Clan Thana, kind of adding their might to the 13th and 7th legions that he leads, and preparing to kind of enter the civil war that had turned hot, with the Imperialists and Loyalists both attacking each other. The group reacted pretty harshly to this, with Jeet, understandably, with his clan serving under the Imperialists, leaving pretty early. Mockery, dissatisfied that the general he respected decided to lead rather than serve. And then Will and Wisteria kind of left a little awkwardly at the table to get the last bits of the plan before making their way back to the room and kind of spiritedly arguing kind of what to do next, with people's backstories and pieces kind of all coming in together in a pretty cool weave there. But that's kind of where we're going to pick up. You all are at the General's villa still, and kind of the choice is what to do, because the biggest thing that the General told you outside of him claiming domain or kind of claiming rulership of the Empire until the Emperor returns is that they found the Emperor's body. Squad 7 of the High Arbiters, to be precise, were able to locate the Emperor's body and bring him back to the Temple of Thana. Unfortunately, though, the Emperor is in a coma. And with this, General Thrax says people will fight over him. The Loyalist, the Imperialist himself will fight, thinking that having the Emperor's body, even if he is in a coma, would still be almost seen as divine right to rule. So many would fight and die to acquire him. And he actually asked the group if they would be willing to take that on and bring the Emperor back to him, because he'd hate to have to send the 13th Legion and roughly take him out of the Temple of Thana. Yeah, so that's where you guys will pick up. Kind of figure out what you need to do next. Right away, does anybody have anything that's pressing of mind before we kind of get into another little piece too?
Our companions, our followers, did not hear us debate, right?
They did not.
Okay, we're good.
Sweet. Well, as you guys are kind of all and kind of clustered, I think in Wisteria's room, Belric, once again, you've made your way this time. Finally, gotten off that boat that kind of felt like it was an interminable ride. Because while it's only been 12 days since you've last seen the crew, it was about 24 days since you left them the first time. And you finally arrived on the shores of Erda and kind of saw some of the chaos within. And you got some pieces there, and I'll let you kind of reveal them if you'd like. But once again, you kind of see that familiar kind of citrine dove kind of fly by you. Once again, you hear kind of this voice in your head saying, fate needs to be restored. The dove dive bombs you again. And pretty much 1 minute you're deep in Erda's mountains, kind of and kind of crazy to see a dove flying around deep in the dark mountains, but fly it does. And it takes you from these kind of cold, dank mountains and kind of feel that humidity, that hot air from Eteria that you've recognized for so long. But now you and Bear are kind of just thrown into what looks to be a nicely ordained or kind of decorated room with your companions all looking fairly stressed and some emotional. But yeah, you just kind of just roughly plopped in the middle of all of this chaos. And as the rest of you guys is probably like pretty mid debate, kind of right where we left off last time, with the kind of people going in and kind of revealing pieces about themselves and just kind of having that raw emotion flow through. You just see Bear and Belric just drop into view.
So can I point something out real fast? So we got ourselves into such hot water that power went. They need someone to set them straight right now. And summoned up our dwarven friend yet again. And I gotta point out some things. Like, if I remember proper from last session, from where we last left off, Wisteria had been crying a little bit and tears are now dry. Will's currently hugging Mockery, and Jeet. I can't remember if Jeet was still smoldering or not.
No, not smoldering. No, he's here. He's trying to figure out the right approach. The smell of burned things is in the air, but that's not from Jeet.
So,
don't we have we have a hellhound in the room, I think. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also, hyena hellhound.
The hyena hellhound is outside. Jiro didn't let you bring that into his place.
No.
Bear gets some divine providence right now, just due to being really dropped in. But yeah, that one had to stay outside. Oh, and along with that too, Belric, outside of Bear, anything new with Belric?
Tegan, I don't think I really, I don't know. I don't think I landed on what I wanted to do, so I think we'll just hold off on the other piece of it for now. But yeah, I think like you're gonna hear like Belric is gonna be thrusted in, and while he's doing that, he's gonna have seen the dove in the caves and recognize the last time that this happened, he was kind of thrusted off a ship and into battle, and he'll be screaming like in the midst of this, no, not again, not again. and then all of a sudden he'll be in this room, and he's just gonna look around, and I think Mockery and Mockery is embracing.
No, isn't being embraced by Will.
Will is embracing Mockery. Jeet is angry. Wisteria is in tears. Is that what I'm seeing right now in this room?
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of like was crying earlier, but has like wiped most of the tears away and seems a little bit more collected. But definitely, you can tell that something happened.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah, he's gonna like attempt to collect himself and say, "Well, this is better than the last battle I was thrusted into." And then he'll look at you guys embracing each other, and he'll be like, "I guess."
Belric, so do you think we should support Thrax's claim for the throne, or should we go and support Jeet's clan? We can't figure it out, but maybe you can help us decide.
Look, I didn't say we should all go and support the Imperialists. That's not what I'm saying that we need to do. I'm saying that if we decide that we are going to support someone other than the Imperialists, then we shouldn't support anyone at all and instead should hijack the Emperor's body for ourselves. How difficult is that to understand?
No, it makes sense. Just when you say it like that.
Mockery is still stun-locked from being hugged. He hasn't even realized, like, Belric's back, and it's just, like, wide-eyed.
Yeah, I mean, Belric is gonna look at Bear, and they're both gonna have a very confused look.
Bear shrugs.
Yeah. Oh, what exactly have I walked into, friends?
Well, it seems you stumbled, fallen back into a complex political situation. Not really much better than the last time you fell into our presence. It's just a different kind of fight now. But everyone looks exhausted around you.
Belric, we need to know your political views of Eteria. Go. I'm sure they are deep-rooted and vast.
And that is not sarcasm. Mockery looks like he's desperate.
Well, we originally set out to figure out what was going on with the Empire and why these villages were vanishing. What have we figured out since then? Is that too much?
We spend the next hour catching him.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know how much of it you know versus how much like what Belric knows. We killed the guy one of the guys who was responsible for the towns disappearing. That seems to have been dealt with for now, although there's some other bigger, worse thing apparently coming towards us because of that. We'll deal with that later. For now, we got back. The Thrax has decided that rather than support any one of the sides in the political struggle to take the reins of Eteria, Thrax is going to do it himself. He's going to be king or emperor or whatever he wants to call himself. So now there's 3 different factions vying for control of Eteria, and we are just disappointed with all of them. We don't feel like we know enough about any of them to support any of them. And so we decided, hey, what if we did it ourselves? What if we were the king and queen of Eteria?
Oh,
Not really.
The Emperor's been found.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we
that
need
too.
to steal his body. And we're trying to figure out who to give the body to, or to keep it for ourselves. He's not dead, just comatose, I think.
Well, I appreciate the brief summation and context, and he'll kind of like wink over at Wisteria, knowing that it would have been a 2-hour a 2-hour explanation on what was going on. But he'll also say, like, Wisteria, you seem pretty well versed in the politics, and Will as well, being from here. Like, what do you guys? Or I'm sorry, Jeet. What do you guys think in terms of like Imperious Loyalists or the 13th Legion?
So kind of look to Jeet to answer that first.
The imperialists follow the motto of Eteria: one world, one empire. If the imperialists gain power and can keep power, then Eteria will be strong. And he has to close his eyes to say the next part. Strong in a way that other nations might find threatening. It appears to me that if the loyalists take power, then they will just seek to keep the status quo as it is. They may just be holding out for the Emperor to return. They might just hold everything in stasis. My belief is that the Empire will stagnate under that. And Thrax is an unknown. He, I thought, was all about helping the little people, the regular people. But now he's using all of that collective goodwill and loyalty that he has gathered to make a bid for power. I do not know what his policies might be.
And one thing, actually, give me a society check, G.
Okay, hold on, I'm just having some trouble loading.
I was
Can someone roll that for me? It's just a D20. It's just a flat D20.
Sweet 20. All right.
I was thinking when you said goodwill, the first thing that came to mind, they should have drowned you in your crib.
An Imperialist diplomat did say that to him. So-
Yeah.
It makes sense now why Thrax has been refusing to ally himself with one or the other.
And you actually got a 19. So two things I'll give on this side. The first time you guys met Thrax, either right when you left or right when you met him, he did say this: the model that the Imperials, kind of the Empire, is known for, but the Imperialists have really adopted the one world, one empire, one emperor. You guys never went out into his policy aims, but he is kind of on board with that. And just kind of from like being an Etarian, kind of hearing against Thrax, this is from Clan Thana. He's a prominent member from there. He's a military member too, and he's always been expansion oriented. Not as loud as some of those from Clan Sonoru and kind of the Imperialist faction. He's always been quieter, even when the Emperor was around or when he disappeared. But he has always supported the expansion, which is a little bit of an oddity because Thana, they really don't. The Clan Thana doesn't typically care about the one world, one empire, one emperor piece. They're a little bit more insular than the other clans.
Yeah, I'll relay that to others as well. And specific.
Why don't we ask him about his policies? He is an honorable man. And surely he wouldn't lie. He's been direct with us before.
The problem here is, it doesn't matter to me personally what his policies are. My allegiances to my clan are undying. They have to be. It is the basis of the social fabric of Eteria that your clan allegiance is unquestionable. So even if we find out that his policies are amazing and fantastic, and if the Gavel decides to support him, then I cannot be with the Gavel.
It sounds like you're saying you must align with your clan no matter what.
Yeah, I'm more or less. I'm saying that if we are not directly aligned with my clan and the Imperialist, then I would prefer us to not be aligned with any of the three.
I understand. Okay. Well, it seems to me that we don't know enough about any of these groups of people to fully support any of them, and what little we do know sounds suspect. So, for now, it seems to me that perhaps the best course of action is to just head on north, find that pyramid, get in there, find out what's going on with what's his face?
Have we
No,
even covered
Will
the
would
fact-
know it. That his name is Aether. I just
You were referring to the Emperor?
yeah. He just find what can be done about reviving that fella, and from there we work on what we could do then. And because it seems to me that aligning with any of these folks seems like not anything any of us wants to do.
We haven't even touched upon the fact that once we get there, we can't just take him. We must speak to Squad 7, Bennick's people.
Right.
We need to convince them. We cannot come to blows with them.
Preferably not. They seem quite formidable from what I hear from y'all.
More than that, they are good people. They've done good for Eteria. They are true arbiters.
That's good to know.
Some of them, yes.
All right.
Mockery would give a bit of a sharp look to Jeep, like, go on.
Not
I've
right
seen
now,
the pictures. They don't all look friendly.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
like the bird.
I have personally witnessed their monk act less than honorably. But that is not of prime importance right now.
But isn't he a follower of Carinius?
No, not Corinius. Shoot. What was the? I'm sorry. They all have K names.
Kosir. Yeah, he is a
Thank
follower
you.
of Kosir.
Yeah,
But
Mockery.
he's also a drunken monk, so.
Yeah. So Mockery's just like,
He's a follower of Cosia. I do not see the issue. That's how he shows his faith.
Right. Well, anyway, it seems to me like the easiest course of action is to agree to go along with Thrax's plans so that we can gain passage and entrance to the Pyramid of Thana and access to the Emperor. Although there are, no doubt would be others trying to stop us, but at the very least we'd have his support on the way. And then when we arrive, we can assess the situation, find out what's going on, and quite possibly kidnap the comatose Emperor of Eteria.
Wait. Taking the Emperor for ourselves is one thing. I can follow the Gavel on that. But to use Thrax's goodwill against him? Like I have said again and again, he's an honorable man. Just as the Gavel attempts to be. To take upon his word with no intention of giving back, it is not something I can do.
All right. Makes sense. You're right. I also wasn't looking forward to having my good friend screaming in my ear for the next couple of days. So
Not to
better-
mention the 13th will be sent there if they hear of our treachery and will be sent after us. And I did not do a good job of sparking goodwill between us today.
Oh yeah. Actually, I don't think we'll saw that. But it's either way. I think perhaps time might be of the essence. We know what Thrax is planning to do, but we have no idea what the others hope to accomplish. What they might be planning for the Emperor. Now that it's public knowledge that he's not dead and he is alive and somewhat well. I don't know. Tegan, remind me, how public is the knowledge of where the Emperor is?
It's not public at all.
Okay.
So I forgot to mention this in the recap. I think it was Wisteria or Jeet that saw that a writer came kind of riding in the night and dropped a message to Arx. I don't think Thrax told you that was from them, but you could pretty much assume. And he did tell you during the meeting, though, that it's not widely known, and he wants to, because he's closest, he wants to move before the other factions know about it.
Right. Well, anything that anything this important won't stay secret for very long. So time is of the essence. It seems to me we should probably head out as soon as possible, perhaps even in the morning.
Wait,
Do we?
I still need to have my duel against Thrax.
Right.
Oh boy.
What time is it right now?
It's nighttime, so kind of like probably about 9 o'clock or so, 9 p.m.
Yeah, I thought so. Is how long is that likely to take? You think?
Mockery
Can
was
we
kind of
s-
squinting.
Can we make
like,
a quick stop and go have a duel with the leader of the 13th Army and then head out?
I would like the 13th to see it.
What do we
It
know
probably
about?
won't last long.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What do we know about Squad 7? Like, are they here? Like, it seems to me, as a party who's just been plopped into this, that, we originally came out here as arbiters to retain balance, right? We should be aligning with other arbiters. So do we know where they are, what their feelings are towards any of this?
They are the ones who currently have the Emperor.
And they're
They
in the
have the
temple of
Emperor.
Thana.
And they have aligned with someone specifically, if I remember.
No, they haven't actually.
They
They've
haven't?
met with
Haven't
both the
aligned.
factions. They've been working with the Imperial Guard, who's pretty much stayed neutral so far.
Oh, okay. I see why I got confused.
Okay.
And the last interaction we had with them was near the gates in like the first town we were in, where they left a message for us. I think, and it was saying something that like, "This isn't any of our business. We should stay out of Eteria." So
Yeah.
they probably don't have a great opinion of us, and if we just show up, they probably won't be very happy to see us. But I still feel like we need to do something involving them.
Yeah,
It's
they
also
left the
been-
message. They thought you guys were deserters, and they thought they were leaving the message with Spock to tell. And Spock was supposed to kind of tell you off and tell you to go home. Where Spock actually decided to kind of endorse your guys' mission. But yeah, so that's the last official interaction you guys have had. But you all have been in the news a couple times too since then.
None of it's been good. Also, additionally, I do want to say it has been established that Bennick's opinion of Mockery not the greatest either. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of the members of this party has some connection to some member of each of them. So far, we got Bennick not liking Mockery. I forget the name of that catfolk monk, but
Ulu.
that one. Some friction between him and Jeet. I wonder who else. Feels like a lot of this team.
As some issues with Squad 7 and vice versa.
Well,
Still, one of the thoughts that Jeet had was to send a message to the Imperial Guard. And if the Imperial Guard are already aware and allied with Squad 7, then it might be prudent to ally with Squad 7 against all of the other factions.
How big are these
hopefully
other
that's possible.
factions? Like, how many?
It's the up until now, like what we get is that all of the armed forces in Eteria have been divided along these three lines.
Sure. Okay.
Pretty much. Thrax right now still has the smallest presence, but yeah, it's the army of Eteria divided in two, and Thrax covering like a little piece for himself.
So basically, all of Eteria is going to be bearing down on this temple.
Yeah, and Eteria seems like the kind of place that would have a big standing army.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Great. Love it.
Yeah, the three strongest nations in Kasia
I mean-
are Eteria, Cordinia, and Messia. Those are the three big guys. And probably until recently, Eteria has always been the larger of the three.
I mean, this is an honest question, and it's it could be a selfish answer. But what are we? I mean, are we trying to restore order, and balance here, or are we potentially looking to increase our reputation or power around these parts or across these, across Kasia?
I think I'm not sure many of us care very much for being rich and powerful here in Eteria, but unfortunately, it might be very briefly looks at Wisteria. It might be necessary for us to do that in order to restore balance first. You know what I mean? We might have to make ourselves a more positively known entity in Eteria before we're able to restore balance, establish peace in the land, and all that.
We came here because we saw rescuing the Emperor as an opportunity to both bring balance and increase our reputation and power, as well said, so that we can continue to bring balance more effectively. The arbiters themselves were a hindrance to our capabilities of bringing balance to the world. And so whatever we decide, I think our priority needs to be waking the Emperor as quickly as possible. Because if we can accomplish that, he will be grateful to us, the nation will be grateful to us, the civil war will be over, the Jeets clan will be happy, Thrax will be happy.
Optimistically speaking.
More likely than other possibilities, but certainly.
Individually speaking, I cannot for the reputation. People have always hated me. I fear they always will. I will do my best to help them anyways. It matters not to me.
It does
Right, but
matter.
we did
to
come
me,
all the
though.
way across the country to go to a tournament, didn't we? So it feels bad to just immediately head right back the direction we came from. But we might have to do that. Sorry, Mockery. I don't think we're going to be able to participate in this tournament.
Oh, the
Not
tournament's
to
across
fight
the
for
country.
peace!
What
Wait,
did you
I
say,
thought-
Tegan?
Oh, the tournament's over here.
Thought that was where we were.
No, you guys are in a car.
I don't know where anything is. Okay, so the pyramid is a lot closer than I thought. Okay.
It's about a day's ride.
Okay. Great.
Damn, only a day's ride. Ooh.
All right. Well, we can't. In my opinion, we have to move as quickly as possible because we don't know how long the Emperor is going to be safe where he is. So, what do you say we head out to the place and assess the situation, see if there's anything we can glean from what's going on in there. Hopefully, ally ourselves with the 7th, and then if not, we'll figure out from there.
I think pushing off our decision until we can make a proper assessment of the Emperor's body is a good plan. However, it doesn't answer the question of what do we do tonight. Do we sneak off in the middle of the night and make sure Thrax doesn't follow us? Do we tell him, hey, we're going to go after the Emperor's body, but we can't commit to joining your cause yet? Do we commit to his cause, and then if we get to the Emperor's body and decide, actually, no, we don't want to support Thrax, then we don't, and then he finds out about that? Or
I am more in agreement with the latter suggestion, that we leave a message behind for Thrax saying in very explicit terms that we are not allying ourselves with either of the two other factions and do not intend to deliver any messages or the Emperor's body to any of them, that he can have our word on this. But beyond this, we must decide for ourselves what is best for Eteria.
okay.
I would prefer we tell him this in person rather than leaving a letter.
I disagree.
He may stop
I
us.
double disagree.
You just
Will
want to
say-
tell him.
Will
You
is,
just want to.
Will is, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Will is saying out loud what Jeet is trying to not say. Like, he will not openly cast aspersions on the honor of the great general. But Will has spoken and Jeet has nodded.
Mockery, knowing the general, I'd be willing to suspect that because he gave you his word that he will accept your duel on fair terms, no matter the circumstances. So, hypothetically, we end up getting to the body, realizing that the best chance of the Emperor's survival is to bring him to the Imperialists, and we do that, and then Thrax tries to send his army after us or something like that. But you get a chance where you see him and you can call him out and say, hey, you gave your word that we would have a duel. I suspect he would still have a duel in those circumstances.
He'd kill me!
What do you think you were signing up for?
A duel against Thrax in a non-lethal scenario would be a great honor. A duel against him in an active war zone would be the death of me. I fight Black Tusks, but I'm not suicidal. I know my limits. This is an honor. I'm not winning. It's a learning experience.
It seems to me that your honor or a learning experience is trumped by the need for us to be, I guess, a little bit more discreet and timely.
In that case, I'll go to him tonight. And we'll duel tonight. And then we go in the morning. I cannot lose this opportunity. I will not cost the gavel this opportunity of this magnitude either. If the Emperor is willing to duel tonight, we shall duel. If not, then I shall ride with the gavels. And witness this a little bit. Possibly take up the duel another time.
Take it up after we bring the Emperor back and you have the Emperor's protection.
All right. Well,
I'll still try tonight.
I suppose
Ulrich
now's the
shrugs.
best time to do it if you're gonna do it. Later, we can't put it off much longer. Don't know when the man goes to bed. He might be one of those early to bed, early to rise kind of folks.
Already he's gone out of the tent.
Well, as Mockery goes, a couple things that you guys still do have to decide. General did leave the punishment for Malik for speaking out of turn and kind of throwing your guys' reputation into the mud a little bit. Up to you all. So you guys can decide that. And also, you all do have 4 followers with you here in the General's Villa. One of them's a chef. I feel like that's... I don't know why that's relevant, but I feel like it's relevant. Any plans you guys are making, I just want that out there. So, go ahead.
So we cook a meal for Thrax.
Well, it seems to me like we just what I've been thinking is, hey, we're gonna do something crazy. Y'all, now's your chance to back out because you're gonna probably end up being fugitives.
So I want to take a different approach for at least one of them. If it seems like any one of them is more likely to not like our direction, probably Elisa. I would like to write a letter to the Burning Dragon Monastery and send Elisa to deliver that letter.
Okay, right. I remember you mentioning that last time.
Yeah, and then we can tell her to meet up with us at the Pyramid of Thana.
Perfect. So you think about what that letter will say. Mockery, you're able to go downstairs and you find the General and Arx. Arx is initially sitting next to him at the table. They kind of flip sides. The food's mostly gone. You see Arx has a glass of wine, the General a glass of water. And you see they've got a map open and they're just kind of discussing kind of upcoming activities. Nothing like, you go over here for a bit. It's mostly like the boring side of war. You hear them discussing like, how much rations we'll need to have. Can we get these people to provide them? Do we have enough spears? How can we up arrow production? A lot of like the boring side. But you do see one of the servants kind of sees you come and says, Mockery has returned. General Thrax awaits you.
I will mention one thing. It's been established Mockery likes reading all things, including logistics. I think he'd find that stuff still quite fascinating.
Oh yeah, he's the only one that really just his reports. I think he's
Yep. Also,
With-
the only one who didn't buy this stuff was there told the team to buy, if I'm not mistaken. But
Wisteria would like to come along too, if that's all right.
oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Yep. Mockery comes in. At first, he's like an excited kid, but the moment he sees Dax, it's just like, oh, and he shrinks into himself a little bit.
He big.
And what'd you say?
It's just like he big. I
Oh
forgot.
yeah, he is.
And he'll step up. He won't go for the full on bow, but he will still give a 90-degree bow, and then go back up and say,
General Thax, I wish I I apologize for my earlier outburst. The information was quite overwhelming to me at the time. That is not why I am here. I'm here to humbly request that we proceed with our duel tonight.
I thought we discussed over dinner that we would duel tomorrow. Have plans changed?
Walker wasn't expecting that out of the character. I was. In character, Mockery goes quiet and he slowly turns to Hysteria.
Plans are not concrete yet. This duel is important to Mockery, I'm sure you've noticed, and he would like it to happen whatever the plans turn out to be. As I said before, I am, very intrigued in the offer you've made us, but this needs to be a decision that the entire gavel agrees upon, and we have not reached that yet.
You see our General Thrax kind of regards each of you guys and goes, well, I did make a promise. You do see Arcs, though. He pushes, his wine cup aside and he goes, General, clearly they mean to leave. And Thrax kind of holds up a hand and goes, I made a promise to duel as well as to allow them to leave if they decided to. I'll hold my word.
And again, Mockery will bow and go,
I thank you. You're truly an honorable man. I'm sorry if any of my actions have besmirched that in any way.
You see, he kind of nods and goes, as I said, you compliment me too much, but I appreciate the sentiment. So if you wish to duel, I will duel. Typically, I fight with a sword and spear when I go to war, or a shield and spear when I go to war. But I've been itching to try my sword out for a while, if you'll permit me.
Of course, it's going to be a learning experience for me, however short it is. So, if it's also for you, even a greater honor, where would you like to duel?
You see him kind of nod. Let's duel in the courtyard. I'll have some of the servants set up lights.
all right. And Mockery nods that, and immediately he stands up taller and he basically skips there.
He kind of holds up a hand, though. Before we duel, though, we do need to handle business. Moloch. Wisteria, Mockery, I've placed his punishment in the gavel's hands. He spoke out of turn. He's probably damaged your reputation. What do you wish to have done?
To be fair, I did damage his face.
The 13th has been instructed never to speak to the press without my leave.
Mockery would lower his head a little bit from that and look to Hysteria.
Wisteria's going to think about it for a minute and say, would you find it agreeable to have him serve the gavel temporarily as one of our followers? We would treat him well, but he would have tasks required of him, and I think that would help him understand that questioning the general orders and was not the right move on his part.
Thrax kind of gives a slow and sad shake to his head and goes, I would, if it would be fair. While Malik has spoken out of turn, he's an honorable fighter of the 13th. I'd be willing to discharge him, even take his life, if you asked him, but I would not force him to serve those he feels have violated the 13th. Especially, as Arx mentioned, it sounds we may not be on the same side for long.
Malik is a young soldier. That was his christening fight. He has a lot of potential. I feel ill for the way I lost control a little in that battle. And to take away that potential to become a great and powerful warrior for Teria, his home. It is beyond me. I could not do that. That is my vote. I am not the gavel. I am but a singular member. Mysteria, what of you?
Well, I mean, Thrax seems to want a decision now so this matter can be taken care of, and we are, a good percentage of the gavel. I think we can make that decision. I've proposed my idea, but it seems to have not worked out. But Makra, you seem to have the strongest connection to Moloch. You were the one who fought him. I feel like his fate should be in your hands.
Makra would nod and he'd look back to Thrax with another bow, not the full 90 degree, just lift the head, saying,
I would not like him to be punished. He may have harmed our reputation, but it is a meager wound. He is young, perhaps a bit foolish, but there's too much potential there to snuff out.
You see Thrax himself actually gives you kind of a small bow as well, and he goes, understood. I did not feel good with excommunicating him from the Legion or taking his life, or the other harsh punishments. Malik is young. He lives and breathes for the Legion. He probably should not have been sent on that mission, if I'm being honest. But I needed you all to win. I will let him know that he has been spared from punishment and is due to your words.
I only hope he does not take it as a dishonor upon him.
He'll take it as he will, but he'll continue to serve. With that, too, you see him kind of go, kind of like out to the dining room. You kind of see like a path to, like he goes into kind of like this more like almost sitting room. And you do see him like above or hanged up like this intricate looking shield, as well as like this kind of ornate spear, practical battle ready spear, but it definitely does have some of those like kind of almost noble flashings to it. You do see some kind of flecks of emerald that matches his scales across it, but he ignores both of those. You see him kind of grab just kind of a simple katana, and you see him kind of grab that, and he goes, well, I will not keep you any further. Let's clash blades.
Yes!
and Mokri will, again, he basically skips out to the courtyard.
Yeah, so you
Belric,
see him.
Belric and Bear will be in the audience. I would assume most of the gavel would make it out there to watch.
Yeah, They do give time for you guys to gather the rest of the gavels. Do you gather just like the leading crew, or do you gather the followers as well?
They should all see this.
Oh, listen. Thrax is a general. Mockery is like, what were we, level 4?
Level 4.
Mockery's gonna do his best.
You see Thrax, he kind of like he unsheaths his blade and he goes, first to 3 hits. Sound fair?
Mockery, he'd not.
It does indeed sound fair.
And he's gonna change his grip on his blade. Rather than the normal, like, two-handed, he'll put a hand on the actual edge of the blade and bring it lower. He's going to be using the versatile thing on his blade and rather than that being like for hands, it's for damage. He can do piercing with his greatsword.
Oh,
and
nice.
He's going to be using the big old, I have it in the drawing, like the hooks for like almost like a pick.
Perfect. So you guys are gonna we're gonna do a quick duel. The first 3 hits. And I think I mentioned this the first time Mockery offered to duel. Thrax is like, he's not a death general. He's legit. So first 3 hits. Let's see how this goes.
Oh boy, here we go.
Are you all
So
bad?
are they like right next to each other?
Yeah, so they're started like yeah, we'll say that they're started about 10 feet away from each other. You guys are in like this little, like an almost makeshift arena. You see the night sky of Eteria out, the moon shining down on you, lantern lights flickering around, and kind of a little duel in the sand. They've kind of marked off the bounds. You guys are separated by 10 feet. You see he is not wearing his armor, and he is kind of just unsheathed his blade, just kind of going at it.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. Mockery wouldn't be wearing his armor either. He'd be in civilian wear.
You could definitely don your armor if you'd like to.
Would the Thrax look down upon that or no?
Give me a sense motive. So give me a perception check.
And which one do I press for that to be hidden for me?
If you just click perception, it should
Control?
go for you.
Oh, alright.
Or if you got the macros on there, the macros will do it too.
Here it is.
Nice. Yeah. So you think, and I don't know how Mockery will take this, but you kind of seen him make a couple of decisions to make it sporting. He didn't pick his shield and spear or his kind of weapons of choice. He chose his blade. He chose not to don his armor. You don't think he'd look down on you, but you think he is trying to even the playing field as much as he can.
I see. Mockery is almost insulted, at the same time fully understands. So he will not argue with that whatsoever. And may Mockery roll religion for his initiative.
Yeah, go for it.
Just raising his blades, muttering a prayer specifically to Rog. Let me set that in there. Yeah. Initiative.
Nice. Yeah, you get first crack. You see him kind of there, his blade angled. He looks intrigued, we'll say.
All right. Mockery is going to stride up, and the very first thing he's going to do is a intimidation check.
All right.
Just kind of yelling out,
I dedicate this duel to Rogue, Master of Fear and Fury.
and as he runs up, he goes,
Fury, Frenzy, Fervor.
and we'll roll that intimidation. Oh, hey.
Hey, that's a good roll. That's enough too. Yeah, you kind of like You see him look back a little bit. You do see he's taking off balance with kind of the call for the call out for Rog. It is kind of the pure fury on that side. Yeah, it doesn't look like straight like fearful, but you do see kind of a bit of apprehension in his face, and he is frightened one.
Heck yeah. And because of the aura of despair, he can't lower that at all. It's stuck at 1. For however long this duel is, he's stuck like that. All right, and then the last action.
Got him.
Gonna swing. And this should have a +1 to it. Because well, not a +1, rather he's got the 1 less AC.
Yeah, I got the frightened on him. Unfortunately, are you using a hero point or are you letting that stand?
Hero point.
Hero pointed up? Oh, did it get the same
Fuck.
roll? That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see him kind of just raise his blade. You see him intercept the great sword. You just kind of like step to the side. Like you see him like kind of gracefully intercept it, push it to the side, and just kind of look back at you.
Now, Mockery's eyes kind of go wide and his pupils go small as he looks back up the Thrax. And that'll be the end of his turn. Oh no.
You see him kind of still the apprehension in his eyes, kind of lighting up, but he kind of shifts his blade and does like an upward cut, kind of followed quickly by a downward cut. Before he kind of unleashes both of them, you see him like no words spoken. He just like meets your eyes and just glares, like just kind of strength of presence alone, just trying to push his own intimidation off onto you. And he is going to try to demoralize you as well.
Uh-oh.
He may try. He'll probably succeed.
He has a pretty hefty bonus.
Yeah.
Is it a crit?
Yeah, that's a crit.
Oh boy.
So frightened 2? Or is it
Frightened
frightened 1
2.
and fleeing? Okay.
Yeah, so you see him kind of like this. You feel like as you look at him, kind of like the battlefield he's been on, just kind of feel this intense presence. And then you see him kind of move like swiftly slash low and then bring it back high.
Yo, come on.
Oh, that's a crit. He might be taking Mockery out before he. Oh no! What? They might not be 3 hits.
What's your AC again? Are both crits?
Is he gonna roll for damage or is he just like?
He's gonna roll for damage too. Your AC's 20, so they're both the crits. All right. So he slashes once, twice.
Yo, either one of those would have taken me out in 1 hit.
How's Mockery looking?
Bro, we cannot go against this guy. Listen, we saw what he did to the leader of the Reclaimers, took a bit of flesh from him. I have a feeling if we truly become this man's enemies, he will hunt us down.
It's fine. We're fine.
Yeah,
Everything's fine.
that takes out Mockery.
And so you see he kind of strikes first, and you see like he kind of flips the blade as he does it too, so it's not like cutting into you, it's just a really hard smash up, smash down, and then you're kind of off the ground. But you do see him kind of hold out his hand and kind of lift you back up, and he goes, I enjoy it. The first strike was a little sloppy, but you do have a warrior spirit. It startled me and threw me off for a moment. Refine that.
Thank you. Thank you, General Thrax.
There's like golf clap from the audience.
Beshnik goes, I didn't get to see it. I looked away for a moment. It was done.
No, you missed it.
But seeing kind of the rest of the gavels kind of gathered around, he just straight to ask it. You see him sheath his blade and kind of like just hold his hands up, and he goes, from us doing this duel tonight, when I mentioned at dinner that we would do it tomorrow, should I take that as an answer?
Wisteria looks to Jeet.
General Thrax. Again, he has to close his eyes. General Thrax. We are indebted to what you have done for us. And we swear that the information that we have and the abilities that we have right now will not be allied with either of the two other factions that you are going to oppose. Gulps, opens his eyes. But beyond that, I think it is for us, the Gavel of Ivacera, to decide for ourselves what is best for Ateria.
You see him nod, and he goes, I can't say I'm not disappointed. I think we could have had a strong partnership. Could have brought stability to Ateria. Your name is Abe, so I'm not sure if I believe you regarding not supporting the Imperialists. But I did promise to let you leave. I'll also add, I told you over dinner that I would be announcing my claim for the Empire, and I wished for you to stand beside me as we brought the Emperor back and told over your victory over the Arisen. Now, it doesn't seem appropriate for you to stand alongside me any longer, but I will tell the people, however misguided you may be in the present tense, that you did help the people of Otavia. And you've done your duty as arbiters.
General Thrax, may you and I talk out of earshot of others.
You see, he nods. You can see him hand his blade to one of the servants and just kind of walks over.
Just away from everyone, friends, allies, everyone. It seems that you see beyond what most others might. I do not say this to make you afraid or have you change your strategies, but perhaps your wide vision can help you navigate this. Believe me or not, but I was given a vision that over the two other factions in Ateria, you would prevail, and yet you would not prevail for long. That is all I can say.
Visions from Nar? Who gave you this vision?
Visions from Power.
You see, he kind of thinks for a moment. See, you kind of see the eye, his mind ticking. But he stands like he throws his snout back. He stands a little straighter, and he goes, "I've never been watched for prophecies, premonitions, or visions. I thank you for sharing. But I'll march on and see what my intelligence, my spies, my military, my own eyes and ears will tell me. I make my moves off facts."
I did not expect anything less. But because you have decided to announce our good deeds, the Gavels, I think I wanted us to be even.
You guess like he stiffened for a bit, especially when he said the last piece. Not like anger, but definitely irritation. But you do see it soften a bit, and he kind of gives a small bow, and he goes, "I appreciate the honor of that."
And then we'll go back to the others.
He goes back, and he kind of looks back to the group as a whole and says, "As I've said, you are free to leave whenever you wish. I will be retrieving the Emperor's body. If you stand in my way, while we may be friends now, we will strike the battlefield as enemies, and I will do what I must. Go do good works in other parts of Eteria, other parts of Kasia. Do not stand in my way." With that, you see him bow, and he starts to make back to his villa.
Mockery will bow back.
Ajith will bow back as well.
And you've got
All
like
right.
4 followers looking at you guys very curiously right now.
All right, team meeting, y'all.
Okay, but I gotta say, the main reason why Mockery in the beginning was so hyped about Thrax is because he was honorable, he was military, and most importantly, he was neutral. Now he is not neutral.
He's a different kind of neutral. He hasn't joined either of the two sides, but is this better? I don't know. All right, y'all. I would like us to convene somewhere where we won't be overheard. Just perhaps somebody's room or something like that. I don't know.
I think it is best if we leave. If we go outside and then talk.
Yes, I want to see my dog again.
All right.
Oh, yeah, and your hyena was outside, so he got to. Did you make a name for the hyena? I know you had some suggestions.
I need to pick one of those, don't I?
Well, for right now, the
you have
hyena
to
he
pick
did
one of
get to
those.
see the tool. He did get. But
Anything that the gavel decided was the best?
I don't think so. I threw out a whole bunch of different things, but
Elisa, are you familiar with the Burning Dragon Monastery and its location?
you see her nod and go, kind of a curt tone. I am. But I need you all to. It sounds like we are not aligning with the general. What is going on here?
The
You all
gavel
left-
is
We ate dinner and they separated us, and you all left in a huff, I heard, and now all of a sudden the general is threatening us?
We received information that has slightly misaligned us from Thrax. The gavel remains aligned with the Emperor. The return of the Emperor is still our clearest goal. And to pursue that, we have, again, slightly misaligned with Thrax.
You see Oster kind of like looks curiously, and he goes, "So we're misaligned now. Aligned with the Emperor, who is missing. Do we have friends?"
Here's the thing. We have just been made aware that the Emperor has been located. Actually, it was the other group of arbiters that found him, and they have brought him to the Temple of Thana. Unfortunately, he is still unconscious. So we want to go investigate, see what we can find out, see what can be done about that, perhaps. It is not yet public knowledge, so don't go around telling anybody, but here's the thing. We also found out that Thrax plans to throw his own hat in the ring and is going to attempt to take over all of Eteria. So Not liking that, we decided that we would rather just align with nobody and see what we can do on our own. We understand that that puts us in a bit of a strange situation and a bit of a, well, there's a pretty good chance we might end up fugitives of the state. So we wanted to give y'all, all of y'all, he looks all at all of our followers and says, give y'all an opportunity to avail yourselves of this mission, if you would like. If you don't want to be a part of this, now's the time to speak up, because things are going to get very difficult soon. You saw what that was. You saw what it might be like to be against General Thrax, and there's not a small chance that that might be where we end up. So now's the time.
Beshnet, you saw Beshnet get like highs and lows during that like conversation. Beshnet, we're turning away from Thrax, low. The Emperor's been found, high. The Emperor's a coma, low. And Squad 7 found him, high. And you see him just go, what we do with the Emperor? If we find him, Thrax will not stand in his way. If we find him, where do we go?
That's a good question.
As part of our efforts to gather allies around the Emperor, he will raise the letter that he has written. I have a missive to send to the Burning Dragon Monastery in only the most trusted of hands.
What does the letter say?
Well, it says, it says we need help.
And you hear Beshnet kind of mutter under his breath, obviously. Just
allies. I meant allies. We need strategic allies.
Oster kind of smiles and goes, well, a week ago I was in a cell, so I guess this is a different type of cell, but at least I can see the sun and have a drink. I pledge myself to you all, so I will follow. I do hope there's more to the plan that you all are keeping behind, but lines and veils and all of that, I'm sure it'll be good.
Nar will show us a path forward.
And probably not to, this wouldn't aid with Mockery think it would, just like,
And there are always the gods other than Nar. The infernal gods can be of aid too.
As far as this world, we do have, we are planning to ally ourselves with Squad 7 if they're amenable to it. And like we said, the Burning Dragon Monastery, as well as anybody else. As of now, it seems that the Imperial Guard is likely to be on our side as well. So,
and I think I've mentioned this. I want to make sure you guys know the Imperial Guard's not in good shape. When you guys heard about Squad 7 and the Imperial Guard, most of them were sick, and Squad 7 was in the newspaper for stopping one of their Wervins who went crazy and started attacking people.
Yep.
The Emperor being in a coma, they probably can't really help you because they're mentally connected with the Emperor, and this is not
right.
Really good.
I forgot about that. Great. It's fine. Everything's fine.
But Squad 7's healthy.
Mockery.
Will, the one that Will is most curious about is the Dragonborn woman, whose name is slipping my mind right now. Yeah. He's looking at her like, what is she? What's she saying? What's she gonna do? How's she looking?
She looks, usually she has a stoic look, but she looks perplexed right now. She is staring at the letter in Jeet's hand. And she goes, if we take the Emperor and no one follows us, we could be on our own. And as you said, enemies of the state. We'd be those who kidnapped the Emperor. That'd bring Jeet. That'd bring shame to Klamabe. I don't have a historic clan. but it would bring shame to my family as well.
I seem to be caught between paths that bring me shame and am forced to choose the one that is the least likely, or the one that is likely to bring me the least amount of shame. In this, I am choosing to follow the loyalty to my emperor, hoping that eventually Nar will reward it.
Gee, give me a diplomacy check.
Oh, I can certainly try. Okay. Yeah.
You see her look, and you think like you see her kind of like her thought process kind of play out. And no insight roll or no sense motive necessary. You think she probably would have balked at it, like it probably would have backed out if she hadn't already pledged her loyalty to the Gavels. But you kind of see that same almost sense with that Jeet's feeling right now, kind of conflicting loyalties, conflicting pledges, and eventually she kind of hangs her head and goes, "I've pledged myself to the Gavels. I will do what I can." And she kind of just hands. She does take the letter.
All right. This is to be delivered to Mulisa. And if you are not able to find Mulisa, then this is to be delivered to the chef, the cook at the Burning Dragon Monastery.
She goes, "Ulisa," and then her, and like kind of once again, like she, like her head's still low as she takes it and says, "Ulisa," and then she looks back up and says, "The chef."
The people that I can most rely on.
I said I will obey. And she takes the letter and does kind of start moving towards her horse to kind of go right towards the Burning Dragon Monastery, which is also.
Mockery will quickly
Oh, go
snap his fingers.
Sending Elisa to Melissa.
It is the nature of cultures that names can sometimes be similar.
Like Ogre of Soga.
You see Elisa just kind of looks back and she gives you like a little bit of a glare. Like it's like not real heat behind it. Like she looks dejected, but still tries to glare at you. Before she just turns back and starts.
Wait, Mockery had one more thing on that.
Oh, Elisa, there is a little boy there. His name is Ogre, as I just said. When you see him, tell him the gavel says hi. A message, admittedly less important than that letter you hold, but important to me.
I will tell him.
Safe travels.
With that, she does kind of jump on her horse and starts to ride towards the Burning Dragon Monastery, which is also a day away from Akara. So it is night right now, say probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock. You guys could definitely stay in the city of Akara proper, especially if you guys want to outfit yourself with any additional gear or resources or do anything that the city would provide. Or you could start riding towards the Pyramid of Thana and gotta make your way there. What's the crew thinking?
Is the bank open?
Unfortunately, it's not open at this late at night.
Wisteria will point out that she has somewhere to stop in the morning, deliver to drop off. So if we could procure lodgings in the city for tonight, obviously not at Thrax's place, and we can head out in the morning, that would be ideal.
And Tegan, I'm messaging you on Discord the contents of the letter.
Mockery will pipe up.
Jeet, you must get you a new weapon.
Oh, I bought this sword.
Ah,
Caveat from the blacksmith.
it's wonderful.
It's two-handed and it's one-handed. Check it out. It's a dual grip.
A bastard sword. Yes.
Not the most fond of that name, but yes, it is.
Oh, sigh.
Wisteria will use her Shadow Smith to summon a shadow bastard sword and like do the same, like mimic these. Like, oh yeah, I see how this could be useful, and then it like vanishes in a puff of smoke after a minute.
With that, you guys are able to kind of make your way to the city of Akara proper. Uh, is there anything in specific you guys are looking for an inn, or just kind of a spot to pretty much sleep through the night and you can kind of get ready for your journey tomorrow?
Probably somewhere where we can lay low and not be too noticeable. Feel like Thrax's clan owning this city more or less. It's like we probably not like they're not going to explicitly do anything, but Wisteria is still kind of nervous.
Preferably a place where the stable is in the back so that the bear and the hyena aren't out in the street very visible.
Yeah, you guys get like some crazy looks as you all kind of walk through the city with a bear and a hell hyena. But you're able to find like a tavern in the seediest, kind of the seedier parts of Akara. That lets you guys in fairly cheap rates. It's just a silver a night per person for you guys to be able to sleep through and kind of hit the day tomorrow and begin your journey. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll take about a 5-minute break, but you guys will be in Akara. So if you do need to buy anything, this is be your chance to buy it, especially if you need any like. And actually, let me back up a little bit further too. Sounds like you guys are going to go with your own style way with taking the Emperor's body for yourself. As I said, this will be a little bit of a harder pass, so I encourage you guys to get some health potions and things like that, because it would probably be a long adventuring day for the crew. Yeah, so stock up. Also, Wisteria has the data or the information that she's gonna be stopping at the bank for with Velnu. So you guys will be getting some gold, 150 gold for the party to be exact. So that should give you some extra buying power. So buy it up, make sure you get what you need, and then we'll be hitting the road to this next adventure. So yeah, come back 5 minutes. We'll figure out what you guys bought, and we'll kick it off.
Real quick, what do they have? Just common items here or uncommon, and then like what kind of level?
Oh yeah, Akara is a major city, so like you could pretty much buy up to pretty much up what you have gold for. So it's on the map, a major city. So you should run out of gold before you run out of levels to buy.
Okay, sounds good.
For uncommon or rare stuff, just let me know, and we'll kind of see if it's still available there.
Okay.
How much are healing potions?
I think 4 gold. I have to look it up, but yeah, I think 4 gold. Yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
And
Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of session 10. The party just went through and spent the night at a little bit of a seedy tavern, but was able to stock up in the morning after dropping off some of the materials to that Velnu requested regarding how the Arisen were paralyzing people. Wisteria was able to drop that off, indicating with the runes, the captured bug, and kind of all those little pieces that fit together to how the Arisen were able to do so, to the bank of Corinius, kind of the bank of Mokulin, and give that to Velnu, and Velnu paid his dues. Now you can all have 150 GC for the party, 30 GC per person. I think we've gotten everybody's buying under control, but does anybody have anything that they haven't bought that they need to buy now before you all set off on the road? Perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Yeah, I will just add a healing potion as well.
Sweet.
One more thing Wisteria would like to do before we head out is when she's got a moment, like kind of not intentionally being sneaky about this, but we'll wait until the rest of the party's not around, is she'll use the tablet to ask Velnu how much he would pay for the location of the Emperor's body.
All right. You get a response saying, if you could bring me the Emperor.
That's not what I asked, but okay.
Well,
Okay, I'm curious to see what he says.
Yeah. It's the response basically, yeah, if you could bring me the Emperor, I'll make you a rich woman.
Okay, well.
Ah, yes, we are the good guys. Let's sell the Emperor's body.
Yeah. I mean, she'll definitely need to think about what she might respond with tomorrow, but selling information is one thing. Selling the Emperor's body is maybe too far for her, but she'll think about it. But yeah.
I'm just saying, Velnu screwed over one of the people who brought him some stolen goods before. I think he may screw us over if we tried to sell him the Emperor's body.
He's paid you guys so far. But yeah, he is a cold-blooded capitalist. Is one of the in line to be a divine director for the God of Commerce. So, kind of depends on how you guys want to throw those bets down. You'll pay us and screw over Terria.
I think if we, sorry, go ahead.
Wisteria's point of view is that, like, yes, he's a cold-blooded capitalist, which is exactly the type of person she's most familiar with and knows exactly when to trust him and when not to. So she's comfortable dealing with him because that's what she's used to.
Sweet. With that, though, you guys are able to hit the road. What are you doing with your other 3 companions, or followers, we'll say? Beshnet, Ostin, as well as the chef, Boro.
Oh, how did Boro react to all this?
Boro looks like he's a commoner put in Game of Thrones. Like, he keeps looking, he looks confused, he looks concerned, and kind of frightened, but he's very quiet. Like, kind of that quiet, like you were trying to act like the teacher, trying to make sure the teacher doesn't call on you quiet. Like, he is just trying to stay out of it.
What is our plan to wake up this Emperor? Like, is there anything unique about maybe even the followers? Like, that would.
Ostin and Mockery were previously planning on talking about undeath and souls and the transformation process. I don't know if it'll be directly helpful, but this is soul magic area, so I think Ostin is an asset here.
Okay. Does this chef fella know anything? Did he cook up anything special?
Secret necromancer.
You see, he looks really uncomfortable. He goes, I make a very good stew. My daughter said it's worth waking up for.
a stew worth waking up for? We should bring him.
All right, Mockery gives him a big pat on the back, like, that's the spirit. Out of character, I just realized if we took up that reclaimer on how to learn how to make fathomless.
We gave it a Thrax. It's too late now.
Yeah, I know, but if we did that, if we really wanted to go down the evil route, we could have made the Emperor a fathomless.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
That would have been interesting.
He's already kind of like an immortal undead creature anyway. So would it be that different? Just saying.
Oh my god. There is one thing. Yeah, okay. Does anyone have this guy's kit on them?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good. So potentially we could still weaken at Bernie's the Emperor's body.
No.
I mean, I don't know how Jeep's gonna feel about that, but Wisteria would be all for it. Will, how good of a Dragonborn impression can you do?
It's been a while. I think I'm getting it though.
Perfect. Well, yeah. Oh, back to so Olston for sure is coming with you. What are you guys doing with Beshnit and Boro?
They're coming with.
Can we bring him?
Bruno already said he's got a soup
So
that's worth
we can
waiting up.
ask them if they want to come. Otherwise they're staying here. So, is it better to be here? I don't actually know.
No, we tell them that they should come with us.
Yeah.
Bestnet, you are coming with us. I saw how good you were with a sling. You may be helpful.
Beshnit shakes his head and goes, "Heroes yesterday, betrayers of the Emperor today. At least I'll see Squad 7.
Hey, before that, we were fugitives, but part of a grand scheme. And before that, we were heroes. So, pardon say, after this, we'll be great heroes of Eteria.
Sure.
That's the
sure."
plan.
Did you see kind of Beshnit just kind of gloomily hang his head and start following after the party?
You're gonna meet the Emperor.
Boro seeing Beshnit follow, just kind of like rides afterwards, like still looking like the Hobbit along with the adventure. Like he looks completely out of place. You guys have like weapons of war, tomes of knowledge. He's got cooking materials on his horse, and he just kind of continues to ride along with the crew. But you guys are able to set off into the deserts, kind of making your way towards the Temple of Thana. Everybody give me a perception check as you guys go through the first leg of your journey.
I'm just gonna reroll that to make it secret, even though that was such a good roll.
I feel the need to do that.
Never mind. Now I know that I rolled the exact same thing.
You can roll.
Sorry, hold on.
No, you did Will, you did a secret roll.
No, yeah, I know I did. I was
Oh,
Was that
Sweet,
supposed?
yeah.
Was it supposed to be secret?
it's cool. Unfortunately, Mockery didn't really see too much. But Will, oh yeah, and G, you do both kind of look around and are able to notice as you guys are kind of riding through the deserts, the sand swirling around you, the sun beating on your backs as you guys make your way towards the Temple of Thana. You all come across, see like a downed horse first. You see the horse kind of has like this like intricate brown and black coat, but kind of the first thing that stands out to you is this horse that's laying on its side. But you both notice about the same time, next to this horse is a rider. This man is in a black cloak. You can see green scales peeking out from beneath it, but he is face first into the sand, sprawled out, and you do see kind of red staining the sand next to him.
Everyone, halt. Someone ahead. Either they are in trouble, or I look at Wisteria meaningfully. This could be an ambush.
Looking around, does it seem like a good location for an ambush? Is there like potentially spots? I mean, because the desert's pretty open, but is there like a hill where maybe there's people hiding behind or something like that?
It doesn't really look like it's open desert at this point. So unless they were underneath the ground, there really wouldn't be a good spot for ambush. But Wisteria, as Jeep points that out, you do recognize this cloaked person, and as well as the horse. This is the person that delivered the message to Arx yesterday.
Yeah, I'll mention that to the others.
Could I do any sort of like survival check to maybe check for like footprints or clues? Like just any sort of like, hey, what sort of beast maybe did this? Like human footprints, anything like that?
Definitely, give me a survival check.
Is there a check to see how old this body is, to see if this is fresh or not?
Give me a medicine check for that, Mockery. And so, you're getting close for that one, right?
Ah, shoot. Nah, Mockery wouldn't want to get close right now. He'd need help getting off of his horse first.
It's hyena.
Oh, he does. No, his hyena's small. He can't ride that.
Okay.
Mockery is way too big.
That makes sense.
So, Belric, wow, I should change. I wish I didn't pick Bashnet with Belric because I keep trying to mix the two of you guys up in my head.
You're good. You're good.
Are you letting that one stand?
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, you look around, and you kind of see a couple of things that make sense pretty easily. You see about a dozen different footprints in the sand. But one thing that kind of confuses you as you look around the sand, like there's one spot where like one footprint human, and it just becomes really large, and it's hard for you to put together what it was.
Is it still human shaped, like just a large human footprint, or?
It's like kind of the sands have gotten to it, but it definitely doesn't look human anymore. But it's very big.
Okay.
It's one of those ones where you see it come into focus, human step, big step, and then nothing.
Yeah. I'll relay like that. I see dozens of footprints. Most of them look human, but there could be one that's deceptively very large that I don't recognize through my travels. I'll relay that to the group.
I finally I get to use something that I have sort of mostly forgotten about. I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Perfect. Post that up.
And I will get in range for it to be useful if we are not already in range. So 30 feet.
Perfect. So yeah, you kind of look around it. You do see there's no active magic right now. But you kind of do get like the pings, like magic has occurred here. Not recently. Not in the last hour or so, but definitely kind of still lingering around. Give me an occultism check as well. Or religion.
All right, sure thing. I'm pretty good at both of those, but I'm going to go with religion.
Nice. Yeah, you look around, you kind of sense the remnants of magic, and kind of like focusing in on it, you hear Ashnael. Listen to this. This is familiar, man. This is divine magic. You sense remnants of kind of similar magic to your own. Kind of in the area. You sense kind of this divine kind of remnants, whatever finished off the soldier. Similar power to your own. Similar kind of divine matrix. Probably similar divine touch or angel touch to it as well.
Interesting. Will's just kind of like looking around suspiciously. Y'all, it seems like whoever killed this fellow did it with divine magic.
So Wisteria would like to spend a minute examining the footprints and the body and start pursuing a lead of figuring out who killed this person. And then I'd like to make or I'd like to try to figure out, following up with Will's point, if I can figure out what specific god that divine magic comes from, if it comes from a god or if it's like some other sort of divine magic.
And I would like to cast guidance for the first time as well on Wisteria as she does that.
Perfect. And for the magic piece, or where the divine Will, this is angel magic. You probably guess it's from Akari, but definitely has angel tint to it. This is outside of that. You guys aren't really able to find what deity, but well, it feels very similar to Rashaniel's own flavor.
Immediately, he's thinking of blessing, but he's not going to bring that up.
Out of character, this is something I feel like each of our characters would know. In character, on Squad 7, do they have a divine caster?
They don't. Because yeah, the other one's Imperial Sorcerer, so yeah, they don't.
Oh, never mind. My conspiracy theory proves false.
I'll ask aloud, like, who, being newer to I haven't been around, who is this person and what message did they deliver? Or being asked to deliver?
Yeah, last night I went to speak with the chefs in Thrax's estate before dinner to clarify a few of my dietary preferences. And on the way, I saw this individual bring a message to Arx, his Thrax's second in command, and they seem pretty rushed and like they've been traveling a long time from a long distance, and seems likely that they were the one. This message was how Thrax found out that the Emperor's body had been recovered. So I don't. I'll search the body to see if there's like another message that maybe Thrax had given this person to go bring somewhere else. And also, I'd like to try to identify how this person died, assuming they're actually dead and not just bleeding out, but still alive.
Definitely. Let's have you search the body first. We'll kind of move to the next party, but give me a perception check.
Sure.
Don't forget you have guidance.
What is that too?
It's just a +1.
Cool. +1 status bonus. That's good because I get a +1 circumstance bonus from Pursue a Lead.
And the way that Will casts guidance is he just puts his hand on Wisteria's back, and she just briefly hears the sound of chiming bells.
Oh, that's pretty.
You hear the chiming bells, and you kind of look over the body of this creature, and kind of it was a dragonborn. He had kind of the green scales, not the bright emerald scales that Thrax has, but kind of the more faded green scales, the kind of the commoners of Eteria. And you do see he doesn't have like a return message on him, but you do see his garb. He has the symbol for Clan Thanza on one chest. In the other chest, he has the kind of the symbol for Thana. And the symbol of Thana is like a dragon chasing its tail. So kind of like the infinity almost loop with a dragon chasing its tail. And you kind of surmise from that, like he's of Clan Thanza. And he's probably been one of the Thanza guards for the temple. Actually, give me a society check. Actually, Jeet would know this if you asked Jeet, but if you ask Jeet, Clan Thanza, since the priests and clerics and Templars of Thana typically remain neutral unless you've tampered with the balance or tampered with the cycle of souls. Clan Thanza usually stations a few of their own guards around the temple to help protect it in case bandits or something attacked. And you guess that he was part of that group.
Yeah, I'll relay all that to the rest of the party.
We may not be the first ones to go try and claim the Emperor's body then.
All right, keep your eyes open then.
Mockery, do you want to try your medicine check?
Yep.
I suppose I should cast guidance on you as well. No reason not to.
How would Roshanael feel about casting guidance on Mockery?
It's a good question. Maybe not. Probably only in a time of intense danger would he be able to do that.
Maybe the bell does ring, but it's the
Does
Game of
street
Thrones shame bell.
Yeah, Mockery looking over the body of this kind of clan Thonza you see like something pretty interesting. Like you see some blood in the sand. Looks like something may have cut into it, but the thing that like ended its life, you see these weird burns. Like in Mockery, you've seen burns before. Like, and you see kind of like the typical scorches of fire around it, but you also almost see like this almost intense like almost light burns, almost like somebody hit like with a really bright light, and that's what did some of like the intense burns on it. It doesn't have like the same kind of charring patterns as regular fire. It has like almost like a flash pattern. It's almost like this brief flash of light that just seared anything in its path. And you see it kind of looks like a claw mark did the blur, like made the bleed happen, but this creature's life, the Clanthon's guard life was ended by this intense kind of flash fire.
The wound was caused by a claw, perhaps the larger thing, but he was killed via light. These burns, look at them, and you said divine magic? I suspect it may have been some agent of Hikari.
That ain't a good sign.
Would Roshanael know if any of them were to cross our paths here?
I mean, she wouldn't be aware of anything going on. You know, she doesn't see everything. But I think if we were to encounter them, she might know. But she's not going to just like know who's around, anything like that. She's not going to be able to keep an eye out for us or anything, as far as I'm aware.
You see Mockery's a little concerned and a teensy bit conflicted saying this. And we'll just straight up ask.
If we can come to blows with those of Hikari, will you be able to fight? Or will Roshanael?
I don't know. I think if it was to save my life, she would allow me to use the power. I think. He kind of like looks up. No answer. All right, fine.
And if we were to fight, would Roshanael lash out at us?
She wants me to, return to, the light of Hikari and all that stuff, but she doesn't want any harm to come to me either. So, if we're being attacked, I think she might allow me to protect myself, but only time will tell, I suppose. I've never actually had to fight against any of them.
I trust you, my friend. I just worry.
Well, I guess all we can do is keep going. I don't see anything around here. Just keep an eye out for, I don't know, golden light. That ain't coming from me. He looks at the all around us at the golden shining desert sands. Well,
Should we give some kind of a funeral rite to him? Or
If we do, it would be following Nar's rites, which I don't know if he would appreciate or not.
I know not the rite of Thana's ilk.
And certainly the rights of Hikari would probably not be ideal, considering it seems that Hikari follower is the one who killed him. I don't think his soul would appreciate that. I suppose we can just at least get him off the road and bury him, at the very least.
Yes,
Well-
they do teach us Thana's prayer, at least, so...
How far away are we from the pyramid?
You guys have traveled about a half a day, so about a half day away.
We could bring him there and That seems like probably the best place in the world to get a burial done, especially if you serve there. But
True, but
He has a massive scratch wound,
And Mockery points to the bear
and burning light placed into him.
and kind of gestures to Will.
good
They-
thinking.
Yes, when it comes to people finding reasons to damn another, I'm quite versed in picking up on those.
Hmm. And also, I'm not 100% sure we'd be able to carry him.
I could.
Could your horse carry you as well, in addition to him? That's what I was worried about.
How strong are horses? I'm a little worried about that if I get bigger. Am I going to hurt it? I might get
That-
bigger, so I don't.
That's a good question. I don't know how big a horse. How much boat can a horse carry? I don't know. It's probably a lot.
Perfect. Well, I mean, are you guys? Yeah, it would tire your horse to add an extra body to it and
Yeah.
try to carry it along with you. Are you guys burying the body, giving some funeral rites? You do know no role necessary. Most in Ateria, especially the Dragonborn clans, are fine with being burned, kind of as a return off. You can give the funeral rites. If you want to try to take it with you, you definitely can do so, or just leave it on the ground.
Mockery's votes his funeral rites.
Sure, as long as we do not take the time to do a full burial, which will take a while. We could set up a cairn, just move the rocks and put a marker, and that should be good enough.
And do Atarians burn bodies?
Yes, frequently. Yes, we do. We have beers made of dry wood that we would use, but again, you'd need to collect dry wood unless you have anything else that can burn, and he'll look through his inventory for oil.
Don't we have a lot of liquor?
I don't know if we
Like,
just want to
pour-
douse this
pour
dude
one
with
out.
liquor and burn him.
Uh,
That seems pretty terrible.
No,
I don't think
like
that's the
imagine
cream.
someone walking in on that. Like I was like dousing him with all these wounds. That look
No,
like
that's-
it was.
I don't think that would be hot enough.
that's what a funeral put on by priest of Coisier is like.
Like pours one out.
Yeah.
I have
course
2
there.
pints of oil if we wanted to do an oil fire rites. And I'd be okay with that.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. All right. Then we'll move him off to the side. Divest him of things other than his clothing. You don't want things that won't burn in there. And then along with a prayer to Thana, and then also I'm intermingling some prayers to Nar. I will ritually pour out the oil over the body and light a fire using tinderbox.
Perfect. You guys see kind of the hot Atarian sun. You kind of feel like another intense heat come through as Jeet lights the flame, and see the kind of the licks of fire consume the body of that poor kind of soldier of Thanza who delivered the message to Arx and General Thrax. And eventually you see it just kind of washed over in flames, and you're able to kind of hit back on the road and continue back towards the Temple of Thana. The rest of the journey is fairly uneventful. Pretty much hours before you actually can reach the temple itself, you start to see it in the distance. This temple is huge. You see it kind of like dominating the skyline, getting larger and larger as you get close. And actually, everybody give me a perception check as you guys get closer.
So you said everybody?
Hmm?
All right. I will percept.
Nice. Belric, And Jeet, you guys get a really like clear look, almost eagle-eyed kind of look as you guys approach the desert sands. You see the temple kind of shining, and you see kind of the large entrance in the front. But several things catch your eye as you kind of approach from a distance. You see bodies. You see about 6 bodies kind of laid off to the side with like blankets covering them. You see 5 creatures or 5 people kind of patrolling the area. 2 of them you see have like kind of hard to make out from the distance, but you can kind of see their wings tucked behind them, and they are kind of standing on these like pillars next to the entrance. Both have bows in their hand. You also see kind of 3 people, all with dazzling white cloaks, like cloaks that they almost seem to glow. As the light kind of strikes off of them, you see the light kind of rebounding, and you see them kind of patrolling along the entrance, kind of almost keeping guard.
Would I recognize any of these as having association with Thana, having grown up in that area?
You don't. You see these are mostly kind of the winged creatures or Strix, and the other are human, an elf, and a gnome. And Belric, you're able to make out just kind of like you saw a really good look at it. You're able to kind of see beneath one of these blankets. You see some emerald scales.
How many dead bodies were there?
6.
How many were in the 7? How many members were in the squad 7?
Squad 7's 5 members too.
Okay. Was there anything with green scales in squad 7?
No, but you do know that Clan Thanza is typically emerald or green scales. Kind of this area typically has kind of the emerald or green scales.
Okay. I wouldn't know much of that. I would relay it to the team, I think, for most of them to deduce. Like, I don't think Elric would know Clan Thanza, but I think we would deduce that together.
Will, when you hear kind of the dazzling light, the nearly glowing white cloaks, and that does sound like the luminescence.
Of course.
Mockery.
Good.
No.
The who?
The luminescence. You guys haven't really. Will hasn't really mentioned them.
All right.
He's mentioned some Lumox, but not much else.
Y'all, I think these are the folks trying to take me back home.
What?
Why are they trying to take the Emperor's body?
I haven't the slightest idea why they would have any care about any of this.
Who are these
Yeah.
guys?
And why are they trying to take you back?
Did I not tell y'all that I escaped? That I am supposed to be with them?
You told me, but that was during the interview. So
Right. I was meant to be raised to be one of them, basically.
it's in my notes.
I haven't had the chance to read that yet. What?
I mean, it's not really. I was about to give the long version of the story. There ain't really a long version. I was supposed to be one of them, and I decided I didn't want to be one of them, so I left. Some of them appear to be trying to take me back.
You deserted your religious order.
Correct.
Ooh, big side eyes from Jeep.
Mockery, who serves, what was it, 5 gods, debatably 5, 4 gods, debatably 5, just, for once he narrows his eyes at Jeet with, like, the entire kind of intensity you would expect a infernal worshiper to do, but that softens a moment after, and he just says,
You are my friend. I will not give you any of my harsh words. Just know No, I cannot even say that. You can guess my opinions.
Listen,
Mockery
I wasn't
will-
given a choice to whether I was going to join them or not. I was born like this, and they decided for me. I did not devote myself to any god. I was press ganged into it.
And you should always have a choice with what you do with your life.
Never
Well-
was true.
I mean, sometimes you're. Doesn't matter. For now, what's important is can these people be reasoned with? If you had to escape, my guess is maybe not. But
Mockery draws his blade.
Well, I don't know why they certainly can be reasonable people. They're not evil monsters or anything, but I don't know why they're here. And they seem to be killing. So whatever they want is very important to them, enough that they might be willing to, commit a murder to do it. So probably not.
I feel
I
like
suppose I
I'm,
should try to talk to them, but
I feel like once they see me, they'll try to kill me on sight. I'm getting that energy.
As he like
Ah,
defensively holds his blade.
yeah. If you do you still have that cloak you used to wear all the time? You might want to put that back on if you want to go to the more subtle route. But I don't know. Maybe I should go.
It doesn't hide the fact I have horns for eyebrows.
It does not. Well,
The scales.
I suppose I should at least try to talk to him. We can't just run straight at him, screaming and swinging weapons.
I'll accompany you one step behind.
And Will, roll me a religion check with a +3 circumstance bonus. Anybody that's trained in either religion or society can roll as well, without the circumstance bonus, though.
Would never mind.
All right, should this be secret?
Oh, you can roll it open.
Okay.
Will.
This does feel appropriate.
Will and Jeet, to an extent. Will, you've got a little bit more just kind of growing up in the religion. And there's a little bit of history between the Lightbringer Church as a whole and Eteria. The Lightbringers used to be part of Scenaria before kind of the fall and kind of rapture that Hikari did. And before that, they've always been pretty much the Lightbringer Church has been at war with Eteria, or at least hostile relationships with Eteria throughout history. Initially, they were allied with Scenaria, and Scenaria used to be the big power, and they went to war with Eteria. But even when they broke off with the Lightbringer Church and went to Lumox, that hostility remained.
All right.
And you guys both know. Oh, and one extra piece too: the Luminescence, the faction, the group that Will is from within Lumox. They're a bit different than typical Lumoxians too. Some areas more extreme. They have a very high focus on Asimars and kind of breeding, or not breeding, actually breeding. That's probably the best word for it.
They wouldn't call it that, but that's what they're doing.
I was like, breeding sounds mean, but I was like, no, that is the best word for it. Breeding more Asimars into existence, and they're very focused on souls too.
So yeah, the folk aren't exactly fond of Eteria in general. So again, I don't really know what they would be doing this far north into Eteria.
And I would mind too, the general did tell you when you had dinner with him, he spotted 24 what he thought were just typical Lightbringer church members looking for Will.
Right.
Maybe they're looking for Will, heard that Will is with this group called the Gavel looking for the Emperor, so they thought, oh, if we find the Emperor, we'll find Will, and that led them here.
Or
That's
they're
my
trying
concept
to
at this point.
kill the Emperor and take
or
back Will.
Or
that.
They're
Or
not
They don't
thre-
even know that Will exists, and they're here for a bigger fish.
Somewhere, Ichabod feels incredibly justified.
Anyway, whatever their motives are, they don't seem like they're going to be friends of ours, but I do kind of want to talk to them.
If anyone here can, it would be you.
All right.
Can we disguise you as like one of them, or I mean, Just all going in.
I don't think I have anything to do that.
Well, my crossbow's
Should I
loaded,
stay
so
back?
I'm ready.
Yeah, maybe keep your distance, Mockery. I'm gonna go see what they're doing. Who's coming with me? I'm not doing this by myself.
Yes, I will come with you. I can walk lockstep with you, or if you wish to be the herald, I can walk one step behind.
Just stick as close as you can. I do not like these people. And his expression gets really dark when he says that. Like, it looks like he's got like murderous rage in his eyes a little bit when he says that part.
Is there any way like you can communicate with us from afar?
I have
Or we-
message, but I can do that with one person at a time.
Alright. Maybe you can set that up with Listeria.
Y'all will be able to see. I'm not going far.
Yeah.
You'll
All
be
right.
able to see me. I
Mockery's
just want to
gonna go
talk
up
to him,
the-
find out what they're doing here.
Do you have your whistle?
Yep.
Mockery's gonna go up to Will.
Here. You'll need it. I rarely see you carry a weapon.
And he's going to hand him his greatsword.
Mockery. I think this is better off staying with you. He like lifts it up, like barely
See?
able to hold it at all. Like, this is not the ideal weapon for me. I much prefer to just stick with the magic here. You probably should take it back.
Here, try this instead. And I will bring out my steel shield with the symbol of Nar on it, and hand it over to you.
Thanks. Thank you very much. This is at least not so heavy.
Yeah, you cannot block with it, but my guess is you can at least raise it to gain bonus AC.
Okay. They're probably not, hold on. They're not gonna like. Maybe you keep. They're not gonna like this symbol either.
You're right. This is puts it back in the horse.
Oh, and my sword is a black tusk one.
Whatever. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna briefly say. You see, Will briefly like puts his own hand on his chest and does like a symbol that y'all haven't seen. I don't think him do before. It's like a symbol of that they like a sort of salute that they do with their hands, and he whispers to himself, "All right, Rashana could use a little help here," and I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Nice. Yeah, as you approach, you get a good look at these people. You see kind of the same, like the Strix with the kind of like they're glowing. And probably been a while since you've seen people with kind of the glowing skin of Lumox. Like you see like the Tyrian sun like beating into them, but also them casting off light as well. You see two Strix in kind of like these little towers, bows drawn. But probably what catches your eyes, you see kind of a member of the luminescent clericy, kind of servants of Hikari, but a little bit twisted with the luminescence own kind of guidelines and bureaucracy. But you also see somebody you recognize. You see this man like in glowing, like silver and white armor, heavy armor. He's got like this big war hammer at his side. You know him as Balin. He's a human. And I'll see how Will feels about him. He's one that like would be fine sharing a drink with, kind of laughing it up with. Very devoted though to the religion, but he's one that will not cut corners, but he'll be one that like will skip church for a bit to go have some fun, but still completely into the mission. Very strong, very overall devoted, but kind of devoted in his own way. He definitely be an Easter Catholic, for kind of a good way to put it.
All right. Well, that seems to be about as lucky as we could be when it comes to this. All right. Well, I'm just going to approach and just sort of wave at them, and they will immediately be able to see. I'm wearing my fancy clothes, but I'm not hidden or anything, so they will see that I sparkle in the sunlight immediately.
You see Balin kind of looks and goes, Will?
Balin. What the hell are you doing out here? Will's gonna go up to him. I don't think we're on hugging terms, but Will's gonna shake his hand.
You see, he shakes your hand and looks back at him and goes, Mercy of Grava is gonna be pissed. We get the Emperor and we find Will. Where the hell you been, Will?
Just sort of traveling about, living my life, trying to make my own way in the world. Doing the will of Rashanel wherever I can, of course. What you said? Hold on. Did you say get the Emperor?
Well, it's a long story.
I imagine it has to
pretty
be.
happy. We came here to find you. This little grunt came across us. It was spouting blasphemy against Takari, against the Lightbringers, against a little bit of Essence. We had to put him in his place. And then we learned that the Emperor is just here. No guards. Nothing. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. They did a little bit of like a raffle, or like kind of a little Rochambeau on that side. Mercy of Gravel was sent to go find you. Don't know where the hell she is, because she's not here. But Wrath is here. She's taking care of business inside. Who's that? You're hanging out with Narclerics now?
I've been hanging out with all kinds. I've been hanging out with all kinds, actually, ever since I left. Tegan, how far are we from the pyramid again?
From the pyramid? Like, these guys are like, you all are probably, let's say, 10 feet away from Balin. And then Balin is like 35 feet from the pyramid.
All right, so it's like right behind him. All right. Good, great. I hate this. All right. So, hold on. You said Wrath is inside right now?
Right now. I mean, there's this. We killed most of the guards of Ponzi guards. Priest Thana are pretty much letting us do our thing. But there's a squad inside. They're being pricks about it.
Right.
They just won't give up the Emperor. They won't just die. It's been a whole thing.
Right. I mean, it is, the eternal Emperor of this place, been in leadership for thousands of years. Not going to just give him up, of course.
He is the abomination, and you know that's not in your teachings.
Well,
we've got to get you home. We are here now. We can get you home.
Right. Of course. Of course, we can do that. But so your plan is to just slay the Emperor then? No. If
we slay him, Mercy is worried that if we slay him, he'll come back.
Right.
Just get reincarnated. So we want to kidnap him and find a way to keep him from dying forever.
Good prisoner. Right. It makes perfect sense. So, it's funny. We were actually looking for the Emperor ourselves, actually. These are some friends of mine I've been working with recently. What do you say I head on inside and see what the situation is? You said that Wrath is in there trying to kill these interlopers, these squad of whatever they were, you said?
Yeah, if you want to go inside and see Wrath, you can. Your friends have to stay outside. We're not taking them with us.
Right.
That's that Nar follower.
Well, listen, he's a good guy, of course. That's not important right now. All right. Well, he came here looking for me. Came here to kidnap the Emperor. Came here to... Makes sense. I understand. Unfortunately, I don't think that we can let you do that.
Let us do that, will of Rashanel.
Here's the thing. We have been working. It's a long story. Listen, Balin, I've always liked you, right? It's been a pleasure. You were one of the few people that I was able to tolerate back there, but it seems that now we are. We're on opposite sides of this thing now. So I want to give you the opportunity to maybe just get out of the way. Maybe.
He looks at you and he seems sad. He goes, Will of Rashanel, you're here. We haven't got the Emperor yet. We could say you willingly came, joined us, and aided in getting the Emperor. You would be literally probably doing the will of Rashanel at that time.
Listen, the will of Rashanel is slaying undead. None of this has anything to do with that. I really don't want to have to do this, but it seems like there's going to be an impasse here. I would like to cast message, if possible. I mean, hold on. Let me look at the material, the components for message to see if I can do it while standing here looking at this man without him smacking me across the side of the head with a weapon or something.
Does it have subtle?
Let me see.
I think it does.
It does. Cool.
Yeah, if it has subtle, you can do so.
All right, so I'm gonna cast message to one of the people who is not standing right next to me to be like, this is gonna turn into a fight in a moment. And then Will's just gonna say out loud, Balin, I'm really gonna hate to do this to you, but it seems like this is gonna be a fight.
You see him like just huff. He goes, Will, I like it. We're gonna knock you out when we get you home. I'm gonna sneak you your first drink.
All right,
Boys.
Well, listen, I would rather die, but
save him.
Just from afar, just like,
I dedicate this combat to Tonic, Lord of the Hells.
ignore him. We all do.
Kill that one first.
ignore that one, we all do. Kill him first.
Perfect.
Oh, I love
So
it.
let me throw you guys all the map. All right, roll me initiative. So you guys see this in front of you. You see the bodies to the left. You see the two Strix up in the tower. You see they kind of made like a little makeshift moat across with kind of rocks and like stakes inside of it. And you see these 5 luminescents, all glowing. You see Balin is out in front. You see there's a cleric to the left and behind him, and you see one with this flute. Will, you recognize him as part of the luminescent choir. They've done some. They've got some power to them as well. Yeah, everybody roll me initiatives. Let me get my NPCs in. Well, also these guys are 15 feet up. The Strix.
I look at Belric and say, let's focus the one on the right first.
Which right? Okay, yeah.
You know the thing with the... I guess it's hard to do the thing with the hands if you're holding the bow, but...
Perfect. Yeah, so let's get into it. So
Oh,
kick it off.
one of my
Okay.
feats comes in handy here. I have pilgrim. Whenever I die with an enemy, I go first instead of the enemy.
Oh, nice. Did you tie
Is
for
it?
me? Oh, you did, yeah,
Right.
with the luminescent cleric. Oh, and the other luminescent. Nice.
Heck yeah!
Sweet. So you see the first luminescent go. Mockery. He does follow orders. You see him draw back on his bow. He just unleashes twice towards you. Actually, does he have anything crazy he can do? He unleashes 3 times on you.
Good. Great.
We call that the classic
Oh,
Yeah.
So yeah, Only one will hit, but you see he kind of pierces into your armor for 6 damage as he just unleashes. Why did he do it to himself? As he does 6 damage to poor Mockery.
Mockery takes that, looks up to see what just hit him, squints his eyes so he can see it in the sun. Eyes go wide. It's like,
Is that a person of wings or a bird?
This Strix.
All right.
is Strix a common knowledge thing? Is Strix a race, or is that like a monster?
No, they're a race. They're part of the Beastmen, so they came into being with Issei's Inferno
Ah.
invasion.
Mockery just say,
Somewhat tolerable.
Okay. Siri wanted me to aim for the one on the right. Do you want me to aim for the luminescent on the right? Up
Yeah.
there?
I was kind of implying that like they're up in the air. Mockery and Jeet are probably gonna have a hard time taking care of them, so that's gonna be our responsibility.
Okay. Alright. I haven't done this in a second, so bear with me. Alright. I will have had my longbow unsheathed already. What's my thing that I cast? Is it Hunter's Edge? Or Hunt
Yeah.
Prey?
How to pray.
Prey. Okay. Alright, I will cast that on this guy up here.
All right.
And I am going to begin. Wait, isn't there something I can do that makes me shoot a couple other times?
Yeah, 100 shot. That gives you 2 shots for 1 action.
Okay. So I will fire 2 shots off at the luminescent up top. First attack. I'm actually going to use my Bane ammunition on this.
Oh, what ammo are you using?
Bane? Oh, wait. I have an antler arrow. That's what I'm going to use.
All right. Oh, that first one will hit and crit. Second will hit as well.
Alright, so here's the first one.
Man,
Holy
never
shit.
stopped critting.
Nice.
And then here's the second one.
What? Save the second one.
Alright.
How do you down
"Oh
him with
my
no
goodness,
arrow?
he's just good."
Yeah, I mean, the arrow's unsheathed. I'm hearing this, and he's like, "Boys," he's like, "leave this one alive." And then I just draw out my arrow and shoot it, and then just take it down with 1 shot. And then I kind of smile and then turn my attention to the guy, Balin, who had told us that. And I'm going to move. Does it take an action for me to move my hunter's thing onto him?
It would. Can you do that in 1 turn?
Yeah, probably not. I'll just target him.
Okay.
And
I think you
will...
can do that in 1 turn if you want to. I don't think it has anything once per turn in there.
Okay, so I will move it over, and you want me to? Yeah, I'll re-roll my second attack.
Oh, so you wouldn't be able to do it before your attack, though. So you could definitely shoot that second attack at him, though, I think. I think how to shot. Did you have to do it at one of your prey? Oh, I guess the one you hut. So fortunately, yeah, you'd lose that second shot, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because it has to be your prey for. But you could definitely use your last action to move it over to Balin.
I'm gonna use my last action just to shoot him.
Okay. That'll hit.
I love the consistency of Belric just being an absolute crack shot.
I love it. 6 damage. That's my turn.
Also, you took Mature Companion now, so Bear, even when you don't give him an action, could do a
That's right.
stride or a strike.
All right. Well, Bear. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, Bear will stride. He gets 35 feet. Yeah, 30 feet maybe. He's gonna move up here. Where's this guy? Thank you. That's his turn.
Nice. Wisteria, you're up.
Alrighty, I am going to focus on the other luminescent. It's just within my range increment. And first, I'm going to do something I'm really excited for, which is devise a stratagem.
Nice.
Well, I'm not going to
Oof.
attack that. So what I will do instead is... Okay, so second action, I'm going to recall knowledge on Templar Balin. And I'm trying to... Let's see. I guess I try to figure out, like, if there is any hope of him, you know, if we, like, let him live, if there's any hope of him, like, not just continuing to attack us.
So you you wouldn't know him personally. We could definitely kind of get some more about like the Templar training or things like that.
Okay, gotcha. Then maybe like if he's got any resistances.
Okay. Nice. He is off guard. You do find that he does not have any resistances.
Okay. So I will use my third action to fire a shot at him, and because he's not the target of my device stratagem, I don't use the natural one.
Nice.
That effect, okay. And then fire that shot. Do I need that in the off guard?
You do.
Okay. Hey.
Nice.
Hey, damn.
And I'm gonna well, let's roll damage first. Oh yeah, because we went up a damage dice at this, so that's why everything's so much higher. How's he looking?
He's bloodied after that.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna expend a Predator's Claw and make him bleeding D8.
Nice. With the Predator's Claws, do you get to do that after the damage, or do you have to clear that before the damage?
Oh, is this as trigger you critically succeed on an attack roll with the affixed weapon?
Okay. So it's good this time, but usually you have to do that before the damage.
Okay, I'll do that in the future. And Wisteria will kind of shout out like, shame on you for forcing Will to live a life he doesn't want to live. And that's my turn.
He looks hurt. You do see kind of blood trickling down from the wound. Mockery. Yeah, with you feel your Pilgrim's Token glow. Get a little heat to it. You are up first. You're up ahead of these guys.
Heck yeah. So, let's see here. I feel like Mockery just wants to immediately get into the fray. And let's see here. Can he do so? Let me actually measure this out real fast. That is not the kind of measurement I wanted to make. I misclicked. I accidentally created the... I accidentally created a little aura around Mockery. My bad.
No worries.
Yep. So there in front of the Templar.
Can you see which way
And
did you go?
he is going to immediately go for a swing.
Okay.
One thing, can Mockery call out the wheel real fast first?
Yeah, sure.
So I can see the cameras. He'll say, "Keep him alive!" Like as a question.
I don't think he's gonna give up if he's alive.
They look to the Templar and say,
I will drag you to hell.
Nice.
Nice, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, he's looking hurt.
I muted myself directly after. I don't know why. So average damage, I'll take it, and I'll say when Lockery says, "I'll drag you to hell," it's very clear. Like he's trying to sound intimidating, but even he's not entirely certain. Like, should I say that in front of Will? Were these his friends once? Like he's conflicted. Like, I wanna damn them, but it might upset one of my only friends. That'd
Don't
be
you
my
just hate it when you just feel conflicted about sending someone to hell?
mockery.
Were all
of
three of your
the
actions?
It could be easy.
Wait, what?
Was that all three of your actions?
Yeah, 2 to get up here, and then 1 for. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot to set up the aura. I should have done that. It's too late now. I'll do it next set. Not next session. Next turn.
All right. You see the kind of luminescent archer is up. They are continuing their barrage upon you, Mockery. You see them draw back their bow. And is he close enough? Yeah, he is close enough. You see he is... Oh, he can't do that. It's actually, he's going to shoot Belric then. You see him look at you, Belric. Seeing you just drop his compatriot with one arrow. You see him just fury in his eyes. He is going to use Strix Vengeance. And you see him draw back 3 times as well. Only 1 hit on that side, so you see him just draw back, just furiously, just letting loose arrows. But 1 does connect. Oh, I didn't add the +6. Oh, I did have it in there. Perfect. For 10 damage to Belric. So you see 1 of the arrows does kind of pierce through your armor and kind of strike at your flesh there as he's starting to shoot at you. All right. Cleric is up. Oh, what's he going to do? Yeah, you see him clutching his amulet, and Will, you hear like an old familiar prayer to Hikari and the angels that have come before, basically just asking for guidance, for blessings, for healing, and he is going to cast Heal for 2 actions.
Oh, good.
And you see this bright burst of light kind of light up the sky, and you see Balin, who is looking bloody, looking rough. Kind of see that light envelop him. You see some of the wounds begin to recede, and he looks far healthier than he did a moment before. And then you see the cleric just lift his spear and then chuck it. Chuck it at Mockery.
You may try.
You see it just sail over your head.
Honestly, I thought he did.
They're not rolling too hot so far. But Jeet, you are up.
Okay. How many squares of difficult terrain is this?
You'd have to leap it. That's
I have
a
to leap
10-foot
it.
fall, yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's do a leap. leap on its own is 15. Oh, hold on. Leap.
Is what's your speed? I think.
Default, it's 10 feet horizontally. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I can't make it across from here. So I will just wait. I will wait it out. I will cast Bless. I'll put this aura of Bless around me. And then I will move closer. So if I go here, next turn, would I be able to just like leap all the way there, 10 feet?
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
To the other side? Cool. Yeah, then I'll stay right there. That's gonna be my turn.
Perfect. So you guys see the fire of Nar go around and invigorate those within the circle. But the luminescent choir member is up. You see the first thing he does is he starts to play, and Will, this hymn probably sounds familiar. It's one of their upbeat ones that used to just kind of just inspire the congregation when they were just really getting into one of those fire and brimstone sermons. He's going to cast Inspire Courage. But it has the old name. I forget what the new name is now. And you see that as you see him cast that, you feel kind of see like the others getting emboldened, getting more focused, just getting ready to fight and die for Akari, for the angels, for the luminescence. And he is going to use his last action. And he's just gonna pop out his short bow and just take some shots. So he's going to. Bakra, unfortunately, the order said to kill the infernal being, so they are taking shots at you. That'll miss. Yeah, these guys are not fighting too hot. You see their arrows just flying past you, javelins flying past you. You feel the infernal gods are with you today.
Mockery will just yell out,
My gods love you more than Hikari loves you.
And you see Balin looks pissed.
Mockery's gotta stop taunting.
Will, you are up.
Will looks angry and upset at this whole situation, and he's like thinking, "Oh, here's the part where I find out if Rashana will even allow me to use her voice on Hikari followers." So I think I would like to try casting Enfeeble on Balin.
And Will, you feel Rationale in your head. Like, and you pretty much always feel her in your head. But it does definitely feel a lot more unpleasant. Like, you felt her voice before going, just go with them. This is the chance to fulfill your duty. You could go and you could bring the Emperor back, take a rightful spot. And as you do, you feel her pushing back against you as you try to reach for the power that Rationale brings. And she's pushing back, but you're still able to gather it.
All right. In that case, he is using her voice, says, "We told you to stand aside." And so he's just going to feel his strength being sapped away from him. As I cast Enfeeble. DC 20 Fortitude save.
You'll fail.
All right. So he is enfeebled 2 for 1 minute.
That's a lot.
How does that look?
He doesn't. There's not a lot visually to see. You sort of see like the sort of golden light sort of like pulsing out of Will, as pretty much always happens when he's casting his spells and whatnot. But it doesn't like look like a lot, but suddenly just the Balin just feels his strength being sapped from him, and it looks like he's sort of It almost looks like all his equipment just got heavier.
You see him sag down. You see him outraged a bit. And you see him almost level his great hammer, pointing it towards you as his turn. Oh, actually, no. You still have an action left, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
With that last action, I would like to probably just gonna move a little bit. I think don't got a lot of else that I want to do right this second. Yeah. Yeah, for now I'm just gonna move a little bit. I'm gonna spread out just so that it's a little bit more difficult to AoE us all to death. So I'm gonna just take a step right over here.
Perfect.
And that'll be my turn.
You see Balin come up. He is outraged. He points his great hammer at you and goes, "That is not what Rashaniel is for. You must be re-educated." And you see with that, he does kind of clasp his own arm, and you see some just energy and light flow through him. He's going to cast some lay on hands and heal himself. And with that, you see that light envelop him, and he was looking rough before, but now he's not bloodied. You see he is definitely not feeling great, but feeling a lot better than he was before. And you see he looks at you, Mockery, and he goes, "Infernal mutt," and he just slashes down upon you.
But he's so weak. He's just, it's so
weak. So weak.
Damn! Damn! Are you sure that's with the
That is with,
people?
it has the -2 and feeble on there too, unfortunately.
Damn!
So you see him shaking it off and just getting back into form, and he slashes down hard. The nice thing though with that feeble though is it does it to the damage too. So you can save yourself 4 damage on that side as well.
cool.
That's pretty clutch.
All right, so that's 4 damage on that 19. That's actually a lot. So,
You see him just cutting into.
did the damage already apply?
I did. Yeah, so he just slashes into you left, right. It just kind of cuts 2 deep furrows into you as he gets his strikes off, and he kind of mutters, "For Hikari." That guy is dead. Doric, you're up.
All right. Is Balin looking pretty rough?
He's bloodied, or he's not bloodied anymore. He's been hit.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna move my hunt prey toward him with 1 action, and then I'm going to hunted shot him. My antler arrows again. Twice. Okay. There's 1. Oh shoot, I didn't add anything there. My hunted prey.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, you don't have to have that one for this one, but unfortunately that will miss.
Dang. I'm gonna use my hero point to reroll that first one.
All right.
Did he take the persistent bleed damage from my crit specialty last turn?
Oh no, roll me that D8.
Yeah, 1.
Dang.
Fortunately, you see his armor just protecting him through this.
All right, and then I will use my third action to command Bear, and he is going to stride toward him.
So you should be able to leap over too if you'd like to get him across that moat.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Does that take a separate action, or he can just get over there?
Oh, good. Because leap. What's bear's speed again?
It is 35. 35.
Oh yeah. So if their speed's 30 or above, you could lift. You could horizontal jump 15 feet. So yeah, you could pretty much jump to them.
All right, well, Bear's gonna jump to him then,
Yeah.
and he's gonna take a big old bite out of him.
All right.
Or attempt to anyway. Yikes!
You see, he just kind of dodges, putting his armor between him and the bear.
Elric will be sad, and that'll be his turn.
All right, Wisteria, yeah.
So I didn't realize last turn, but the Wisteria is pretty confident one of these people killed the guy that we saw on the road here, and that's the lead I'm pursuing. So if I'm aware that a creature I choose is the subject of the lead I'm pursuing, I can use this ability as the devise a stratagem as a free action. But I need to I guess I probably need to know specifically which one of them killed them, or I guess they're all part of the investigation. I'm just curious how you want to rule that.
It would be the specific creature, and you could tell that none of these guys are the ones that did it in.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to let's do a recall knowledge on the luminescent. Trying to see if the following if they have a weakness.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, not too familiar with the Strix and the luminescence. You've heard they may be weak to unholy damage, but you can't be certain. And they're not off guard.
Would it be too late to use a hero point to reroll that, or is that something I need to declare before you give me any information?
No, you can use a hero point if you want to.
All right, I'll do that. Just going to use it again.
Nice. They are off guard. They do not have any weaknesses.
All right. I will take a shot.
But you see him dodge aside as the arrow gets close.
All right, and then for a third action, I'll do a second attack. Dang.
You see this luminescent seeing Belric down the other one. He is just kind of like nimbly moving through, trying to keep himself alive. Mockery, you're up.
All right. So, let's see here.
It's always good to start in range at the start of your turn.
First thing Mockery's going to do, something I should have done last turn.
I don't think we've had a battle map that's had a spot that's out of range for me.
It's going to be on. Wait, where is it? There we go. Dread Martial Stance.
All right, give me an intimidation roll.
Which I need to succeed an intimidation check. The DC is usually the difficulty, but determined by the DM.
So the full
And
difficulty.
if that goes off,
19. Oh, did we lose him?
Uh-oh. What happened?
Let me pull up. Yeah, looks like we lost him, maybe. Oh, there he is.
I lagged out there. What did you say?
Oh yeah, you cut out for a bit. So yeah, so DC is 19.
19. Got it. Alright.
Nice, let's see.
Heck yeah. So, Mockery just gets this presence about him as he stands up straighter. His eyes begin to burn with this infernal hatred. As he looks around to his allies, he raises his blade. We are the Gavels of Ivastera! You will fall! And he will roll, additionally, in a demoralized check.
Nice. All right.
Here we go.
Ah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh.
he stands tall against this. Balin's just gripping his blade, refuses to submit.
All right, then. Mockery will then swing.
That'll hit.
Right.
Nice damage.
17 damage.
Extra die are coming in handy so far for this level for you guys. Yeah, he is like.
I don't think it. No, it didn't. Hold on a second.
What?
2 more damage on that. It did not apply the Dread Marshal stance.
Oh, did you just put your stance on you?
I forgot to.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll add extra 2 damage. Yeah, so he's all there. He's looking. He's definitely feeling hurt. Back bloodied again.
Heck yeah.
All right. Luminescent is up. They are continuing their barrage on Mockery. Unfortunately, they don't have anything crazy they could do with their actions outside of shooting. Yeah, so he's taking his shots. He's taking 3 shots at you, just quickly pulling back his bow and just drawing and letting loose.
And this Mockery might go down from this. This might be rough.
If they could hit. So you just see arrows just digging in the dirt around you, but luckily you emerge unscathed.
Mockery's just gonna yell out again.
Truly, Hikari must not love you.
You see the cleric looks furious at that, and you see him gathering his magics, and you see just this lance of energy forming around him, and you see him just gesture towards you, and this bolt of heavenly light comes flashing towards you, Mockery.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But it'll burn.
Oh my god.
But he can't be touched.
Could Mockery just like with his blade just bash it away, just like to just emphasize the previous words, no more. It's just like knock it away, looking him in the eye, just like.
You see anger in this guy's eyes, and he is going to use his last action to draw another spear. All right, G. Up.
All right. G will cast a 2-action heal on Mockery, as Nar will come to the aid of the Infernals, very unwillingly.
Thank you. You can see Mockery look at you, and he's just like mutters, so none of the other ones can see, but he mutters to you, "Thank you."
Ooh, and that's a lot of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Nar guides you today. And then with my last action, I will expand Oh, no, I won't. With my last action, I will jump. Woo. And go right there.
You leap across the chasm. The choir is up. They are going to cast Inspire Courage again. Oh, what else do they do? They're going to, you see kind of the magic gathering around them. This time they're going to focus upon you, Jeet. You see the swirling, just days of light kind of fluttering around your head, trying to throw you off. But yeah, you succeed against the fires of Nara. Your own strength of will keep you flowing, and you resist it easily.
Alright, I think I take half damage. But
Is that? Did you crit?
But it's-
that one?
that's a regular success, so I think I take half damage.
Oh
But
yeah, I
also
got
it's
you.
probably-
Yeah, right. Half damage on that one.
But also probably it's not a lot of damage anyway. Oh, that's a good amount of damage. Alright.
So 3 on that one. I thought this guy had a DC of 19. So yeah. All right, Will, you're up.
Okay. I suppose. Oh, here, I'll try something fun. Will is going to just sort of gesture at Templar Balin and say, "The vessel is misguided, but the vessel told you to move." And so I am going to cast Command on this guy, telling him that he must flee
All right.
and potentially trigger 2 opportunity attacks on his next turn. So, hold on. let me
Opportunity attacks from who?
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody has that.
Oh, wait, never mind. That's not how that works. Instead, no, in fact, then I'm going to instead tell him to kneel.
Okay.
If I can find my own dang character sheet. My brain turned off and forgot how to, like, get to the page. All right, there we go. So I am telling him to kneel on the ground and make himself become prone. Hey,
fair.
he's... All right, so on his next turn, he has to spend at least 1 action just kneeling,
Nice.
making himself prone.
Nice.
Perfect. I think you got 1 action left.
Yes, I have 1 action, and I suppose I should use that 1 action to just move into all these auras. I think is going to be my best bet. Oh, I have a question, just like a rules thing for not for this turn, but for next turn. If I have a range that is a 10-foot burst, can I hit Balin and also the cleric and the choir? I don't actually know what the range for that is, like how that's measured.
Oh well, if you like, when you get to your turn, if you place down the template, it'll show you what you can hit.
Okay. Well, this one doesn't have a template in its stats because it has a variable amount of like range. Like it depends how many actions I use. So like it doesn't have the pop-up template button. Anyway, it's not important for right this second. I'll figure it out over the course of the next thing. Instead, I'm just going to use my last action to move into the space where all the cool auras are and watch 6 different effects pop up on me.
You get into the cool auras on that side. Yeah, I don't think the 10-foot burst will be, but I'll measure it when we get to that turn. Man, you see Balin as like command echoes through his head. You see him like sweating and like wickedly kneeling to the ground, like almost trying to fight his body as he does so, using one of his actions. You see like him shake his head, and he goes, "You have been taught wrong." Use birds another action to stand up.
Nice.
Going to
Listen, I was taught the same things as you.
what's he gonna do? Yeah, he's going to. Oh no, you can't shove him that way. Yeah, so he's trying to cut down Mockery and get past him to get to you.
He can try.
Yeah, the luck is not with
no.
him today. You see him slice through, and you see just clinging off a Mockery's blade. All right, Belric, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to begin with my hunted shot
All right.
on this Balin guy. One. Holy cow. Here comes two.
Oof.
You know what? Here's three. Shoo. All right, and then Bear is going to attack with
Oh yeah, it gets a free one now.
yes.
Oh, you had a shot at two, so he has a full action to command too.
Oh yeah, that's right. So all right, I'll command animal, and then he will claw.
All right. Nice.
All right, and
Yeah, roll me some damage on that one.
I'm gonna roll damage.
Yeah, how does Bear take this guy down?
Bear's gonna like kind of look at Will and be like, "All right, like this guy, he's had enough." And it's not a wink because he's a bear, but he but yeah, he looks at Will and then he looks at the target, at this guy, and then he just slashes like right across the face, and the guy's down for the count. And then Bear will kind of ferociously look up at the choir and make his way towards that.
Nice. Now you see bleeding. He comes crumpling to the ground, just devastated by this onslaught from Bear.
Cool. I don't know what I just clicked. I don't know what this thing does, but
No worries. Wisteria, you're up.
oh, you're muted.
Thank you. I'm gonna recall knowledge on the choir. Figure out their weakest save.
Oh, and Balin is frightened too. Did I miss that part?
Right.
That's
It's
awesome.
dead.
Oh, Bear's dead.
Oh, right. I was just excited for the martial thing to activate. I just like forgot that he was dead already.
That Neil was clutch, man. Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Well, all I did
actions.
was waste a couple of actions on him, but
2 actions is huge, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of look at him on this side. Hard to kind of pin him down. He's not off guard, and if you had to guess, it's probably his weakest save would be Will.
Cool.
Weakest save is Will, you say?
he's weak to me.
let's see. And I'll take 2 shots.
Nice, that'll hit.
10. And second shot. Miss.
Just dodge the side of the second one. All right, Mockery, you're up.
So, he's dead. So Mockery's able to walk past the corpse, right?
Yeah, you definitely can. I don't know why you
All right. You know what? Actually, Mockery kind of likes where he is because he's got a lot of people in his horse. He's gonna look over to the squireman. Actually, nah, better to do it to the cleric, and he's going to do Death Gaze.
Nice.
Sounds fancy.
Let's see.
Your
you-
stare
Yep.
causes a creature's flesh
Basic
to rot and
fortitude
wither away.
save.
It's sick. Literally, it's
Shoot.
Yeah, you see this creature stare back at you.
Deal.
It's a basic save, so still give me some damage. He'll take half.
Yeah, that's.
You know, you see he stares back at you, defiance in his eyes. You do see like a little bit of like necrotic energy leaking through his face as he strains, but overall looking fairly healthy.
You know, I just realized I should have done this one first. Demoralized check.
Yeah. So, what do you do to demoralize him?
Mockery will like yell out to him with arms open, just pointing to his lack there of wounds from all the ranged fire, and say,
The Infernals are stronger than you and your god. I am unscathed. You, not so much. So is the will of Tomek.
All right, give me an intimidation check.
"All right." I gotta minimize the window if everyone's face is on it, and then bring up the other one. Here we go. 18. Question
Unfortunately,
mark.
he will succeed.
Ah,
To be fair, while he's missing, he's also standing pretty strong.
Yeah, these guys are decent on saves, but not really rolling hot for their attacks.
I think it just comes down to the gavel being badasses.
You guys got a purpose, you got a mission, and you're coming through hard. The next luminescent is up. He's determined to throw some arrows into Mockery. You see him draw back on his bow. Shoots once, twice. And yet these guys, I wish I looked at him before, did not really have great third action. So he shoots a third time, but does give one hit for 14 damage.
So Mockery kind of eats his words when his arms is out, still like mid taunt of the other guy, just like arrow goes into his shoulder, like.
well,
You see, he throws that arrow at the cleric. Does he have anything cool he could do with his actions? That guy is dead. Yeah, he's gonna. You see him look back. He kind of uses one of his actions to move. He looks at you, Will, and you see him kind of gesturing in a similar manner to what you just did before. And he hurls in like this ray of sickly light back at you, trying to impede you. You see it just kind of wrap around you. You see this thing just sapping your strength and your resolve, trying to bring you down. And you hear how this is the true light of Akari.
it's fine. I don't need my strength for anything.
G, you're up.
Oh, I was typing up that now Will really can't pick up that great sword. Okay. G is going to use 2 actions to go to the other side of the luminescent choir and attempt to put a stop to all this unnecessary singing. So he's going to strike with his weapon.
That'll hit.
Nice. And that will be my turn.
Nice.
Oh!
Take him down.
yeah.
Oh shit! He comes running in, and Mockery will not hear this, but Bear is the only one to hear this. As Jeet comes charging in, under his breath, he's muttering, "I dedicate this strike to Mockery, the two-handed weapon wielder." He hits the choir member and takes him down.
Aw.
Alright, you dead. Will, you are up.
Okay. Will actually not using the voice of Rashanael for this one. Just says to the cleric, "This would have been a great time to retreat. Just letting you know, Lita is dead. The rest of you, we have no quarrel with you." But in his head, he hears the cry of Rashanael's voice, and he is going to hear her just saying, "Your strength saps away from your body." And it's casting Daze on this guy. It's cantrip time, because I probably shouldn't use all of my spells in this first fight. I feel like we're going to encounter some other things very soon.
You'll crit fail that.
Ooh,
That one crit fail too.
cool.
Yo.
Do I deal the extra damage from this?
No, he's stunned.
No,
one.
I don't. He is stunned one, but okay. Yeah. I don't get the extra damage on it anymore, so it's downgraded, but it's still pretty good damage. It's okay damage.
Yeah, it's double the whatever you rolled.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
And he's-
stunned one.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he's looking hurt. Not bloodied yet though.
Oh, if I target him and click the damage button, it will apply the damage automatically, right?
Oh, I already put it in for him.
Okay. That is 2 actions. My third action is going to be I'm gonna. Oh, I have I keep forgetting that I have this. So what's the range? Perfect. I am actually going to intimidate him. I'm going to demoralize him, or I should say.
All right.
So target this foolish man.
Heck yeah, more demoralized.
Ooh, 6
Fortunately-
is not great.
Hurt, stunned, but still holding true.
All right, that's my turn.
All right.
Oh, what? Quick question: would an additional +1 on that cause it to be a success? Because I should have. I have a thing that after I cast a spell, my demoralize gets +1.
Unfortunately, I failed.
Didn't think so, but I had to ask.
Ulrich, you're up.
Okay. Ulrich is going to move up 20 feet here. I'm going to use my hunter's thing on this luminescent that's far away in the top left corner.
Okay.
And then I'm going to so I moved, I put on the hunter, or I did the hunter's mark or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Can I also do hunted shot and strike
You can.
twice at him? I will do that. So target.
That'll hit.
I don't know what I just did. Okay, cool. All right, I'll roll damage on that. Wait. Sorry, I messed something up here. All right, I'll roll damage on that.
Solid. He's still up, but very hurt.
All right, and then here's my second attack. That will miss.
Yep.
And bear will move. I got a feeling. He'll move 20 feet here, right next to this guy.
Sweet. Wisteria, you're up. And you may be on mute if you're talking.
Thank you. Wisteria is going to nah, it's spend my whole turn reloading. That's it.
All right. Mockery, you're up, and I'll be right back.
Dang, the full turn reload.
It's rough.
Yeah. It's weird playing like a regular spellcaster. I have like a lot more spells, but now I have to like pay attention to them instead of just using nothing but cantrips with focus points.
Yeah, it's the joy of almost a
But-
kinesis, psychic.
I have listen, just for you guys, your all knowledge, because of my new class and all that stuff, and new spells and all that. Between like outside of combat, I have a truly insane amount of healing. So, keep that in mind.
All right, Bakri, what are you doing?
All right, second verse, same as the first, going after the Strix up there, just like the last turn. Demoralize first, then Death's there.
I hate to be that guy, but does demoralize have a range? I think it does.
Oh yeah, is it 60 feet or 30 feet?
30.
30. Yeah.
Oh no.
Get the
Well,
cleric guy.
Shame to this cleric then. Wait a second. I forgot about the hyena the entire time! I just
What'd you
realized
say?
the hyena's still down there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I was wondering about that.
The hyena. I completely forgot about him. Just like, oh yes, action to come. I gotta run up to say, oh wait, I forgot to do my thing next to there. And then I completely forgot. Oh yeah, one of my class things. A dude. For now, I'll just say he's being a good boy and just watching the fight to get used to seeing how the gavel fights. And then Mockery's gonna come up to the cleric, intimidate.
Fortunately, he won't succeed.
this cleric
So
is
Mockery, as
undaunted.
he's coming, coming up just like,
I am a follower of each of the Infernos, Tomic, and Rogue most of all. You are not but a small sect of a sad god.
and clearly that doesn't work. So he raises his greatsword and will strike out.
You see the cleric just kind of taps it away with a spear.
Just waiting for somebody to give me a chance to use my Dread Striker, but
Mockery is
there's been no
surprised.
frightened left.
So
We're trying.
You do have some life.
Trust me, we're trying. Okay, gonna go for another strike. This time with the tail for a good chance to hit.
Unfortunately, you moved, demoralized, and attacked.
Oh yeah. No tail strike then. It wouldn't have mattered either way. Dang. Yeah, that'll be Mockery's turn.
You see the luminescent Strix seeing that pretty much everybody inside of that cleric is dead, and that cleric has a demon hound and a bear. Autumn, he is going to flee. You see him take to the sky and move 75 feet. Oh, the cleric. Oh, what's he gonna do? Yeah, he's going to try to run.
Good. Hikari wouldn't want you to die today.
You see, he dodges between the bear and Mockery, using his first stride to get to the door. One action to open the door. Third action to close the door. Is Jeet? Are you pursuing?
Sorry, am I what?
He's behind. Let me throw him over. He's behind the door.
Okay, cool. I would like to see. Could I use Athletic Rush to straight up break through the door?
I think so. What does athletic rush again do?
It applies to movement. Like I can use it for stride, leap, climb, or swim. It certainly does not apply to breaking doors. But
Yeah. So still make me an athletics check, but yeah, you could use that. You're not too far from the door.
okay, cool. So I like run as part of this, and then athletic rush, and then I will attempt an athletics check.
Nice.
That
Yeah, you
seems high.
blast out the door and are able to get next to him.
All right, and then I will attempt to grab him.
All right.
So I let one hand go from the bastard sword and try and grab. Where's G? Oh, there's the grapple. Oh, I'm gonna hero point that. Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, you grab him up, wrap him up on that side. Will, what do you do?
Well, I can't see any bad guys anymore. Oh well, can I see that guy because he blasted the door down?
Yeah, so you could see he kind of mowed down through the door.
Okay. Will is going to, I guess, rush forward, moving 35 feet because he's fast. As he's walking past Templar Balin, he's just going to look down and say to him, "You didn't have to be like this." As he steps over him. Hold on, actually, I lost count because I stopped to talk. Okay, here we go. I can go here. And then I am going to attempt to demoralize the cleric again. And just say,
Okay. Now I'm going to be that guy, but usually you can't demoralize the same target twice in the.
"Oh yes, you're absolutely right. You're right. Instead, then, I'm sorry. Did you say you grabbed him earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's currently grabbed. In that case, I am going to just cast Daze on him then.
All right.
Sorry for a second. There we go.
He'll fail.
8 damage. For non-lethal damage. I don't know if that matters, but
Nice. Yeah, he's looking pretty rough.
sweet. And that is going to be the end of my turn then.
All right. Elric, you're up.
Did you put the grab on him? Grab condition?
Oh,
Just because it'll then automatically do off guard for everyone else, so you don't have to manually do it.
sweet. Let me see. Did I put it on there? I did not. Let me throw that at.
I think I'm not enfeebled anymore. I don't think that's going to be relevant anytime soon, but just saying.
All right. Derek.
Can I shoot him if he's grabbed all the way from back here? I don't know if the door's knocked down or what.
You might have to move over a little bit, but you could definitely shoot him.
Where would I have to move to?
Oh, like right above there.
Okay. I'm gonna command my animal first. And Bear is going to right here. And he's gonna bite him.
By the way. Oh, will that crit? Yeah, that'll crit. Take him down. He's got 6 HP left.
He's gonna bite his head off while it's in its hands. This is gonna
Ow.
be disgusting. He's gonna be full of blood. Oh,
32 damage.
something there
Shit,
might
yeah.
not have been right, but yeah. Bear's just gonna charge in through the door that Jeet destroyed, and while he's grappled, he's just gonna take a big jump, and there's not a face left, and he'll do the equivalent of wagging his tail as a bear while looking at Jeet and like, hey, I did good, right? That'll be Bear's turn, and I don't think there's anything we can do for the other luminescent that was 75 feet in the air. Right?
Yeah, I
Oh.
think that person is gone.
How far away are they? Because you said they flew 75 feet. Was that like straight up, or to the left of the map, or like south?
Straight to the left.
Okay. How far were they before?
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
I think you guys would be shooting with like -6 or -8 on your first shot.
Well, Oh wait, so what's the if it's beyond the range increment? What's the penalty?
So every range increment adds a -2. So if your range
Okay.
increment is 100, then 200 is -2, 300 is -4.
Okay, so and it was 115 plus 75 would be 90 or 190, which is within my second. So I would just have a -2 if I wanted to take the shot. On the other hand, these crossbow bolts are expensive. So
I don't think I don't think he's even been hit. So I think I'll surrender my turn and call it good.
All right, well, Stare, are you taking the shot or are you good?
How was he bloodied?
He hadn't been hit.
He hadn't been hit? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go.
All right, you see him flap off in the distance. You see the bloody remains of the cleric that Bear had just beheaded pretty gruesomely. But you guys have taken out your first encounter with the luminescence, making your way into the temple of Thana and closer to the body of the Emperor Terror, and your potential confrontation with Squad 7 and the decision what to do once you have the Emperor's body. Yeah, but we'll pick that up in session 11 next week. So make sure to come back for that and see how the crew prevails, and gotta see what they decide to do. If they decide to go their own way with it, give them to the Imperialists, the Loyalists, the 13th. We're trying to fight it out. So make sure to come back and see. But thanks everybody for hanging out, and until next time.